morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roller Planet. Today we're bringing you live stream coverage of the TORHS Colorado Regional Qualifier, bringing you nothing but championships today, folks. I'm Logan McCrary here with my partner in crime, Bill Mulhern. Good to be here with you this morning, Bill, on a beautiful day at Pepsi Roller Sports Arena in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, boy, I think here in Colorado Springs we're going to get close to hitting 80 degrees today, but you know what? We're inside, and we choose to be inside. There's a good reason for it. We're going to see some great hockey action here today with some teams from around the region playing in a really top-quality tournament here.
Yep, first up today, we've got the 8U Championship. It's going to be between the Parker Pioneers and the Des Moines Explosion. You can see on your screen right there, you got fans from, and other teammates from the older squads from Pioneers banging on the glass, trying to rile up these young kids out on the floor, get them hyped up, and we're just a few seconds away from puck drop. We'll get into these rosters and talk about these teams here in just a little bit. It looks like the Explosion get the early face-off win. Here they come threatening with a three-man front shot, trying to tuck it past the leg, can't quite get it. The puck slides wide. Explosion hang on, nope, now stripped. Pioneers trying to dig it out of the zone.
The Explosion have been dominant in this tournament so far. Take off on that opening faceoff. Look like they have the first goal immediately. Great back check by Lewinbrick.
There's a shot down low and is covered up. Saved by the Pioneers.
Henley Shemensky in net for the Pios.
Yeah.
He was all over that one.
Explosion wearing their patented white and reds today, skating left to right on your screen. Pios in the dark green and black, skating right to left. And the Explosion win the face-off. Holding along the far boards, dishing it into the middle, tries to go for a tap in. Gets a glove on it, can't quite cover it up though. Live puck. Battle for it behind the net, dish back out.
Look at the way they passed that puck around, Logan. That was a great pass to the front by Alex Fagan. There's a reason that the Explosion dominate, and they're just so well coached.
I heard some of the parents from another squad today saying how impressed they were with how good this young squad of 8U from Des Moines can skate.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, that Des Moines rink that they play out of, they're known nationally for their speed skating program, and I don't know these particular kids, but I've watched Des Moines play forever, and they typically have some of their speed skaters that also play hockey, and they fly up and down the floor.
Castings looking like he's trying to regroup behind his net, had to go back for a loose puck. Now we've got Maverick Nixon coming in. Passes over the slot to Oliver Avon, got to go chase him down. Back into the slot, that shot goes off the side of the net. Loose puck out front, Pio's got to clear it, and they do. Not quite out of the zone though, that shot off the shoulder and bounces up into the far corner.
Again, how often do you see 8 and under kids with this kind of vision? Look at that pass and one-time shot.
A good eat by number 87, Oliver Avon. There's a shot and a score for the first one of the day. And yeah, that's
Alex Fagan.
Yes,
I believe. Yeah, and at 8 and unders, most of what you're talking about a lot of times is watching these young kids play and trying to do everything individually because they can't get their head up and see the pass. They just don't have enough skill. And the Explosion have that skill. They get their head up, they look for the pass, and they make it over and over again. Really impressive.
That was Owen Berger who took that shot up high and to skate to the bench. Looks to be like he's in some pain, being tended to by the coaches right now. Meanwhile, back on the floor, the Explosion control behind their own net, bring it out of their zone. Skating with some momentum now, trying to be chased down by Micah Hollis Signorelli. And that shot up and in off the glove off Henley Shemensky.
Alex Fagan again, look at the skating ability, and he's a big kid. Besides being so fast, he's obviously so strong on the skates. He's just a big kid.
A big smile on 97 right now.
You know, the Pios had their fans up on the glass, banging on the glass, and after that first goal, the goalie for the Explosion, Michael Whitfer, went over and kind of taunted the fans. You hate to see that. He gets a couple scored on him. He's going to wish he didn't do that.
And Pioneers look like they come away with the face-off.
You got a man down the middle.
Yep.
Oh.
Tries to dish that out front for Micah Hollis Signorelli. That is covered up by Micah Whitfer in net for the Explosion.
Yeah, nice move by Signorelli as he cut right down the middle of the slot. He was open for a breakaway, and the puck just went by him before he turned his head.
So now we'll get a face-off to the right of Whitford. Grant Story for the Pios trying to keep the hype train going for this Pios fan club they've got up here on the left side of the stands. Another cover up, another quick face-off. Play with a rolling clock here at the TORHS tournament. We'll only get some stoppage towards the end of the periods if it's a close game.
We get a chance when you talk about the significance of this game, the tournament itself, and nationals that are coming in. Oh, that could have been a shot.
Be a little bit more aggressive. We're going to get a tripping penalty called here. That's going to be on Cooper Santaguida. And he goes right to the box. He knows it's not trying to hide from that one.
Yeah, Cooper was he was trying to catch up, and you play defense with your feet, not with your stick. But when you're trying to catch somebody from behind, you reach your stick out sometimes. That's just going to happen inadvertently. And that comes back to the skating ability of the Explosion players. They had a man taking off in their own zone that was breaking through, and he was going to get a breakaway. I mean, he was busting through the defense, and he was going to have a breakaway from his own end all the way down the floor.
And the Pioneers get the initial touch on the face-off. Now they pick it up on the power play, trying to get the clear. Explosion putting the pressure on. They leave the puck along the near boards, picked up by Micah Hollis Signorelli. Tries to get that over across the middle, cut off by the Explosion. That pass goes wide and now into the near corner.
At some point, the Pios, when they have the puck in their stick, when they're getting caught, they just need to get it down the rink the other way so that the Explosion can't do what they're doing right here and hold on to this puck.
They just need to settle down a little bit instead of trying to force a pass or panicking with the puck. Now here's a chance. They got to skate with that right there. That's a little too slow, a little too much hesitation. And the puck stays in the zone for the Explosion. Now 3 men out front going for a backhanded shot. Can't quite get all of it. Loose puck though. Still loose. Now here come the Pios. It's Brick. Sticked out at the last second by...
I didn't catch that number. Nice try by Brick, though.
I think that's Maverick Nixon that got the stick on that the last second.
He was moving fast there for that breakaway. The Pirates better watch out that they've got nobody back.
Yep.
Short-handed, they've got nobody in their own end.
They are on a power play. Nixon's behind him. Now, this time, Whitford's going to come out of his own net and get a stick on the puck, corral it, and we're going to face off in the Pios offensive zone.
30 seconds to go in the penalty. Because of the short-handed situation, that's a good deal for the Pios. Get it on net whatever they can, have it tied up because that clock is running. Make a slow change here, just run that clock down.
Pioneers win
Gotta
the
be
face-off,
careful here.
They lose it right there. Here come the Explosion. Owen Berger's got to skate him down. Finally gets
what a good back check there.
Puck, though.
Better be careful.
Puck still loose. 3 Pios out front. Backhanded pass or shot goes wide.
That was a great back check by Owen Berger, but he almost covered that puck in the crease when it was laying there, which would have been a penalty shot.
Yeah.
Wow, look
2
at
on
the skill
0.
here.
Shot off the crossbar. Or perhaps the post. Either way, it stays out. Now it's along the near boards, and the Pioneers are back at full strength.
Alex Fagan looks like he can score anytime he touches the puck. He really does.
There's a loose puck again out front. Another chance for the Explosion. And another good clear by Berger. Doing a great job in the slot. Taking away those chances. Now Berger on his back.
Yeah, Berger's been a story for the Pios. He's held them in there.
Nixon's calling for it. Over the middle. Now he loses it.
Oh, and boy, he just tied the stick up there. Otherwise, we get a breakaway.
Yeah, Hollis Signorelli just couldn't quite corral it. Here's Castings. Got 3 green shirts between him and a pass. Cooper Santaguida sends that up along the near boards to Hollis Signorelli. Nixon skates it down.
Nice steal, almost.
Almost. Cooper Santaguida would have had a good look if he'd held on to that. Now 3-on-1 chance for the Explosion. Good move, shot, glove save. Loose puck comes in, trickles in for the score.
Szymanski made a great move with the glove. to get his glove on it. I thought Henley had it tied up there. That would have been the save of the tournament there, but it just leaked out and dropped into the net behind him.
We're having a little issue with our replay board at the moment, so we're not going to be able to take another look at that one just yet, but yeah, it looks like he went high with the glove save, and I don't know if it just fell out of the back of his glove or if he never got just a good squeeze on it, or here come the explosion again. Hit the floor, no calls. And a collision, loose puck.
Explosion goals for ring number 97, unassisted.
That shot by Oliver Avon goes low. And that one is good.
Alex Fagan, I believe, was that actually, that was Oliver Avon?
Oliver Avon, yep.
Oliver Avon, he sent that initial shot in on the backhand, went off the post, and there was a rebound in front, and everybody was scrambling for it, and it popped right across to Oliver, who had an open net. Good work by Oliver once he got that shot to follow it up right to the net.
Yeah, you can see on your screen right there the two blue helmets and white shirts. That's Oliver Avon and Alex Fagan.
Explosion goals for ring number 87, assist by number 24.
4-0 already
9 seconds remaining in the first period.
for the Explosion.
Fagan comes around wide, making a move, gets past all three. Now it's 2-on-0. Brick trying to cut off the pass. Fagan mishandles the puck, tries to go for a spinning backhanded shot. Still trying to dig it in on the tough angle, and now he's going to look for a way to come around. Dishes it out front. That's for Avon. Avon shoots and scores.
Abel Brick did a really good job of getting back on that 2-on-1 to cut down the pass and give them a chance, but I'll tell you what, the Explosion are just relentless. They are taking that puck to the net every chance they get. Let's see a replay here.
There's a replay. All right. Good dish, and you just got all those Pios clumped up on the side. I don't know if that went off an elbow or not, but either way, good goal.
Either way, it was a snipe. That's all you can say. He really put it right at that open corner.
Pioneers got to try to keep a better sense. There's another good move and another breakaway chance. And there's a shot and score by Alex Fagan. Fagan and Avon doing it all for this team.
Well, if you watch what's going on here, the Explosion are breaking in, you know, alone, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 3-on-2. But when the Pioneers get into the Explosion zone, they're having to get through 4 defenders. And that's a matter of the skating that they have. The Explosion, you can see the skating to get through the defense and coming alone, but they're using it on defense also to get back, and there's just no openings for the Pios when they do have the puck in the offensive zone.
Now here's Brick, trying to stay on his feet. It's along the near boards. Goes down, loose puck. Picked up by Castings. He's got one to beat. He gets around him, coming over the middle. Can't quite get enough on that puck. That shot goes wide, goes into the near corner, picked up by the Pioneers. They try to clear it all the way out, and it gets across mid-floor. And they have been having a tough time getting it onto that half of the rink this morning. Pass all the way across. Avon to Fagan. Shot, top shelf.
Wow.
Fagan roofs one for the 7-0 lead. And I don't know if they have the rule here in the championships, but in tours, there is a mercy rule. And we'll find out perhaps whether or not, and it's usually 8 goals. We'll find out if they're going to enforce that here in the finals.
Look at the placement of that shot.
Yeah, what a shot.
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
That's going to be tough for any goaltender. Whether you're 18 or 8. Snipe like that. Explode.
Man open in front once again. It's standing all alone for the Explosion in front of the net if they ever get the puck to him.
And that pass from Owen Berger.
87 chasing 87 here. Signorelli chasing him down, but he's not going to catch him.
Nope, and there's another great pass. Goes off the skate, picked right back up. Having a tough time handling it is Nixon. Circling around, maintains possession. Just kind of fires it at the net, and it goes a little wide, gets covered up by Shemensky.
I think Shemensky needs to tie that puck up every chance he gets. It's going to be down to close to a minute by the time they drop this puck. 7-0 lead for the Explosion.
to go here in the first period.
I think we've seen this one before, 87 chasing 87.
Yep.
This time Signorelli does a good job. Instead of chasing behind the net, he cuts out in front of the net and cuts him off and wins that puck.
This puck picked up
There
by
he is,
87,
he's got
dishes
it.
up front. Shot and
It's
score!
in.
And the Pioneers are on the board. Big celebration here along the glass. Just a sea of green and white. I love the hype.
Signorelli, yeah, look at this play. This is all individual effort. Plays it behind the defenseman, does a little spin move, turns around. Goalie's coming out, comes out of the net, and he was almost there to block that, but Signorelli puts it up over him. And if they do have a mercy rule, that's going to stave it off for the first half.
Yep. There's Berger. Cut off, and that's it for the first period. And Pioneers showing a little life late in that period.
But again, I'm with you. I don't know if they have a mercy rule. We need to find that out. And the goalie for the Explosion wants to go over because the fans were giving it to him after he gave up that goal. And he goes over to taunt the fans again. The coach has got to talk to him and tell him, hey, you have nothing to win by doing that.
Micah Whitford, he wants all the smoke.
Oh, man. Oh, well.
I love it. It's all in good fun.
So listen, this is a regional, and these TORHS tournament, they run about 10 tournaments throughout the year. They've got another one going on in New Jersey right now with 60 teams this weekend, and this is all to get your teams into the national tournament, which is going to happen in St. Louis. I want to say June 26th it starts into the beginning of July. I think we're going to see some replays while we're talking here, and you're going to see the dominance of the Explosion. But that's what this is all about, is these teams want to play in the National TORHS Championship the end of June into July. And the Explosion, as well as they're doing here, they're going to be a force in the Nationals also.
Yeah, goals there by Avon and Fagan. Guys putting their team on their backs, and there's that top shelf look from Alex Fagan there. Underway here in the second period.
Pioneers goal scored
Yep,
number
all
87,
teams
unassisted,
today
with 34 seconds remaining in the
competing
first
for a
period.
spot in Nationals.
87 unassisted with 34 seconds remaining in the first.
They got a man long again, the Explosion do.
Yep.
They look for that long pass all the time.
Well, Brick was right there this time, looking, he's anticipating it. Good cover by Sheminsky. And, Bill, I hate to make assumptions, but is Henley a girl?
Could be. I
see
don't
the
know.
long-
I said him early, but I don't know.
I see the long
So I'll be
hair.
careful.
I see pink on the helmet.
Well, I'm going to go with that then.
Yep. Don't want to assume. Either way, doing a great job in net, Henley Sheminsky.
Well, she made a nice save there
Yeah.
on that last one. There's this 87-87 battle again. I love it.
There's Berger.
Oliver
Trying to
Avon
get the
almost stole that one again.
Avon's got it. Another long pass by this Expo team. Time over to Fagan. He picks it up along the near boards. Loose puck. And picked back up by Fagan. He's got one to beat.
2-on-1.
And beats him. Good move. Backhanded shot for the score.
That's so impressive by Alex Fagan.
Check out this move.
Watch this forehand, backhand, back to the forehand to move the goalie, and then back to the backhand again and up in the air. The hard part is at the very end, getting that thing up over the pad when
Sheminsky,
you're moving it so fast.
she was with him the whole way.
Yeah.
She just
Agreed.
short legs, But that was a good shot by Fagan. And there is a slow shot. Whitford not quite covering up, finally does. They'll blow the play dead. We'll get a face-off, I believe, to Whitford's left. And the Explosion, we're going to find out, along with you folks at home, if we're going to have a mercy rule here, perhaps. 12:30 to go here in the second period.
Explosion goal
Good
scored number
crowd
97,
trying to pump some life into this Pioneers
with 2
team.
minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the second period.
Pioneers won the face-off but turned it right back over. That's picked up by Oliver Avon, patrolling behind the net. Looking for that long pass, left all alone. Again, that's Nixon. Can't quite wrangle it.
Yep.
Got a
He
couple
needed
green
to get
shirts.
a stick right on the boards for that one, and it just snuck by the toe of the stick.
Got a man over the middle, but goes long. That's cut off. Picked right back up, shot, in and score. Past the glove of Sheminsky. And now it's an 8-goal lead.
That was William Klein in front of the net who picked up that rebound and put it in. And it looks like we are not going to have a mercy rule because it's a championship game. They're going to let it play out. Look at that shot by Klein.
Right past
Again, they're just picking the corners. A lot of times 8 and under, if they can get the puck in front of the net, they just hit the goalie. But these guys are picking their spots.
Rick wins the face-off. A little momentum. Shot too wide. Good defense by Avon, keeping on the outside. Loose puck in the near corner, trying to dish it out in the middle for Cooper Santaguida. And now here come the explosion.
It's going to be a 2-on-1.
Avon's down there with Nixon. Goes passing into the glove of Henley Sheminsky, covered up.
Good work by Sheminsky. You know, she had to be worried about that pass across, but she held her ground. Did a great job. That's a little under 11 minutes to go here in the game. The Explosion they don't show any signs of slowing down here at all. They're still sending that man long, looking for that long pass.
And another glove save by Sheminsky.
You know, Sheminsky's made plenty of good saves here. The ones that are going in are all just picked corners,
Yeah,
I gotta say.
we haven't talked about the shots registered in this game, and there's a shot.
Another one, look at
Backhanded
that glove
shot.
save.
Yeah,
She's got a really quick glove.
it's actually a really good idea by Castings on that one. Look at him.
Up
Trying to
and
go for the
over, yeah.
rainbow arcing
Yeah.
backhanded shot, Henley all over it.
Pio sent 3 to the corner to go after that puck. You just can't do that against this Explosion team.
Yeah, Explosion's doing a good job staying spread out, and they're moving the puck so well. They're connecting on a lot of their pass, although there's a collision right there between 2 Explosion players. Loose puck, got to get it out. Another arcing backhanded shot. That goes off the helmet of a Pioneer.
Grant Story working hard in front for the Pios. Got a couple of blocks there.
See, look at here. You got 3 chasing 1,
Yeah.
which means you got 3 openings right there, and there's a shot, and that one's wide. Got to do less puck chasing and more man coverage. Keep things spread out. Here's Santaguida.
Good pass.
A little front going in, loses the puck, picked up by Klein. And Story gets outskated. Another chance. Shot and in.
I think that one was off the glove again. She almost had it.
That's Castings.
Yep. Yep.
Those are actually right off the mask.
Yeah.
10-1 lead for the Explosion. Well on their way to a championship win. Lots of time left, though. See if the Pios can make a little more of a contest out of it.
The Pio skaters never have the puck on their stick where they have room. Every time they pick up the puck, they look up to somebody right in their face playing defense.
That shot by Fagan goes too high. Picked up by Castings. And that good spread out formation by the Explosion. They're able to pick up those loose pucks a lot easier instead of, look, you got another 2 guys converging on him. Got to stick to your guys out there. Take away those pass opportunities. Explosion have been really passing at will all game. Cassie's going to pick it up in the near corner. Tries to dish that out with a backhanded pass now, covered up by Szymanski.
She's got to do that every chance he has, tie that puck up.
Castings against Berger in the face-off dot. Nope, that's Lewin-Brick. And Fagan, slow shot. Now Castings trying to take the tough angle.
Yeah.
Kept out.
Looked like he was trying to bank it off the goalie.
Yep, I love doing that. I love seeing it too. Why not? Brick, got to get through two. Loose puck. Picked up, back by Brick.
They got a man in front of thinking, nope.
And then again, we've got a clump of 3 green shirts. And now Nixon down low, but Cassie's going to take it himself. Loose puck, Nixon shot and score.
Yeah, Nixon, I think, ended up putting that off the skates of Szymanski. That was a big rebound. It went way over the net and off the glass, and it bounced all the way out to the front of the net. Watch this on the rebound, the bounce here.
Szymanski doesn't know where it is.
Oh, I think it went off the post, the far post.
Tucked it right in.
Yep.
And I think that's 11-1.
Yeah, I think they're probably not going to put the scores up after 10, is my guess. So they're not going to call a mercy, but they're going to stop putting the scores up.
That shot into the chest and glove down by Szymanski.
Yep.
30 shots by the Explosion.
That's crazy.
Absolute onslaught by this 800 team. Pioneers team coming to play at Pepsi Roller Sports Arena comes to us from Parker, Colorado. Explosion making the trip all the way from Des Moines. And refs, I don't really think there was much there, but refs definitely not going to make any calls this other than something absolutely egregious this late in the game with a 9U. There's a good glove by Szymanski.
She's got a great glove. She really does.
Taking all those, just cherry picking the high line drives right out of the air.
Yeah.
5 to go. So while this one winds down, we'll give you a little bit of a roadmap about what's going on today here on Roller Planet. We are covering all of the youth division finals today. The adults played last night. Starting off with the 8U, we're going to have Tier 1 and Tier 2 of 10U next. And then we'll have 12U. That's going to round out our first block of the day. We're going to take about a 2.5 hour break, and then around 5 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll have another 2 games for you. That'll be the 2 tiers for 14U. We'll take another break after that, and then our final 2 games of the night will be about 7 o'clock. That'll be 18U and 16U. And here's the Pioneers with a chance. Moved right off the puck, just like you said, Bill. He just
skating.
Yeah, that's Fagan just shouldering him right off the puck. He's got a man down low.
Wide open in front.
Shot,
takes a shot
score.
Instead,
Yep, right off the back post.
When you can shoot it like that, why not take the shot?
Yeah. Just a dominant end-to-end effort by Fagan.
The Explosion love that. You can see the duo where they put Oliver Avon on the back end and Fagan up in the offense, and the two of them both are great skaters, and they play off each other. So they've got somebody in one zone all the time that's a dominant player.
Absolutely. Now this just feels like a run out the clock situation. Nixon.
It's tricky stick handling there in traffic.
A lot of good handles, and Pioneers, I hate to say it, seems like they feel a little bit down and out. All 3 skaters out in front that time, just kind of standing up, letting Nixon do his thing, and Szymanski gets the cover up. Now we'll get a face off to the right, but just kind of feels like the Hearts aren't really in it. But
you know, this 8 and under division, I got to say, Logan, I love watching it, and I've done this for years and watched these young kids play, and you're watching the guys that are going to be the stars of the future. I can remember at this age group a guy like Lance Scott. He could skate through everybody all over the rink, and now what's he doing? He's playing for a Pi Ha Pro team. And you can see the development of these kids from a young age, where they start, and 10, 15 years from now, where they're going to be in this sport. It's amazing. Steele.
Absolutely, and just like you mentioned, Lance Scott, he was part of the Tier 1 adult team, the Tour Mudcats that won last night against the Cold Snacks. Berger gets skated around by Fagan. Fagan again, that shot deflects up and off the glass.
Good save.
And, you know, this Pioneers team, this 8U squad, you know, it's things not going their way today, but as you said, it's really, you know, not really just about today, it's about tomorrow and being the skaters of the future. And a lot of the members of this team that played last year, some of them have moved up to the 10U, and they've got a stout squad at 10U.
Yeah, and you know, the Pios have been very competitive, winning all their other games here besides against the Explosion. It just tells you a little bit about how good the Explosion are.
Yeah.
And they play with so much confidence. You can see that goal by Castings. They're at a point where they get a couple of goals, and then they're coming forward every single time. They just play with so much confidence. And the Pios, on their end, they're back on their back wheels, you know, skating back all the time because they're afraid of the speed of the Explosion.
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute remaining.
Time continues to tick away. We're under a minute here in the first period, and what has been an absolute dominant performance by the Des Moines Explosion. And here comes Story, and look at that. He is absolutely swallowed up by the Triple X defense. And there's a collision. Avon kind of took that one off the shoulder.
Oh, had him in the front.
Yeah, right off the skates of Santa Guida. Now, here comes Nixon. Fans on the shot, covered up. And that might be the final play of the game. We will see if we'll get another face-off here as we've got 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Pirates aren't making a little change here to slow it down and not give the Explosion a chance for another shot. Referee's looking at him. You want to change? Nope.
Explosion. Gonna dish it back. One more shot goes in, and that is going to do it. The final official score will be 10-1. The Explosion will celebrate a hard-fought tournament and a championship. Congrats to the Des Moines team, and congrats to the Parker team for making it this far and for battling the whole way through.
Yeah, I mean, congrats to the Pios all the way for putting on a fight against a juggernaut here. I don't think anybody had a chance against the Explosion this weekend. But the Pios came out and they were game, and they worked real hard, and they're going to be better next year. You wait and see.
All right, we'll just take a look at some of the highlights from this one. It's going to be a lot of scoring in one direction. And that was just a fantastic play from behind the net. Fagan over to Avon, and it was really those two alone that kept this team ahead from the very start. After it got to be 10-1, it just, the dam had been broken, so to speak, if you take my meaning.
And you look at every one of these shots, and they're all picked into a corner. There's Parker's goal. It's the one chance, the big chance they had, and they buried it.
What a move, Fagan.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing cheap. There's nothing that they just kind of rolled in there from outside and went through the goalie. That did not happen. All game long, you watch, there it is again. Pick a corner.
Castings out there. Well, if you're tuning in today from Parker, Des Moines, or some other friends or family members from across the country or around the world, we appreciate you joining us today. Make sure that you like and subscribe to Roller Planet so you don't miss a moment of the action today. And as always, if you missed any part of this game or any of the games today, all these games live on YouTube after the live stream is done, so you can go back and watch at your own leisure anytime. We are going to take a break as the next teams come out. It's going to be the Tier 1 championship for 10U. We will step away. You're watching Roller Planet. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, hockey fans. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, all around the world here on Roller Planet. We've got game 2 of our first block of games here from the TORHS Colorado Regional Qualifier. This is the 10U Tier 1 squad, and this is TOR YVU against the Yuma Blaze. I believe this is Yuma's first time in this tournament, first time I have seen them, and they're a really strong squad, and here they go early. Shot is low and off the side of the net.
Great skating by Everett Jones there, Logan. He looked really, really fast, really quick getting down the rink.
And that is YVU picking it up, dishing that over to Luca Brady. Fans on the shot, still got it though. Brady making a handle. Trying to get it over to Riley O'Leary.
Jones takes that shot again from outside this time.
Lethan Pankey gets a stick, caught up in the skates, and now we're going to get a delayed call here. Serenity Roberts going to go.
Oh.
And O'Leary.
Yoder wide open in front of the net there, looking for that pass.
And O'Leary trying to make the pass while getting tripped, and then another dish out front, and puck finally touched by Yuma. So some early action, and now the YVU will go on to the power play.
Yeah, they're deadly here. They've got a couple of shooters there between Yoder and Brady, and we'll see who they put on the floor, but TOR has been pretty impressive, and they can sure score the puck.
Yeah, this is another look at that penalty.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, pretty easy call.
Yuma in those white jerseys with the flames on the sleeve.
Yeah, and we're going to see there's going to be a deadly connection here between number 2 and number 9 in the teal out there. Yuma wins the face-off, trying to clear it out, getting behind O'Leary, and Brady's going to cut that off. O'Leary having a little trouble hanging on to the stick. Yoder back pass to Brady. Brady's got to go back to scoop it back up. Pankey's got it now. Pankey can also shoot, but YVU needs to settle things down and get it into the zone. O'Leary controlling over the middle, has sticked out. That's Talon Ducharme.
Yeah, what a great defensive play there. Pushed the skaters to the outside, knocked the puck away, and then cleared the puck all the way down the rink. Ducharme playing the top of the triangle here defensively for Yuma.
Good defensive stick, rolling puck. Knocked down by O'Leary. O'Leary's got to get around. O'Leary's got some options here. Backhand shot, and that one nearly goes in. Finally covered up right at the last second. Just about 2 inches away from crossing the line.
Colton Murphy flashed his pad out there and got the skate on top of the puck just as it was going into the net.
And Colin Graham is going to go off of his stick, trying to help out the goaltender, and nearly leads to disaster. But Cotton Murphy keeps the sheet clean. Time continues to tick in this rolling clock format. 30 seconds to go in the power play. YVU win the face-off. Errant pass behind Jace Diamond. Ben Harris gets past him, and YVU is going to have to skate it down, and that might do it for the power play.
Yeah, TOR really didn't get much going on that particular power play there.
Wow,
they never really got set up well.
Strong PK unit from this Yuma squad.
Absolutely.
Now here's a chance. Good move, get around into the middle, and can't quite get the pass off. That goes, ends up being a shot right up into Cotton Murphy, and now a 2-on-1 chance as the Blaze come back to full strength. Loose puck picked up by Jace Diamond, goes into the near boards.
That was a great back check though. Diamond had a 2-on-1 and had a man beater, and
loose puck still. Roberts tried to cover that up, ended up squirting out right to the front. Now 3-on-2 becomes 3-on-3. Riley Griegel.
Yeah, Griegel's the man who made the defensive play in the other end, came all the way back but had it knocked off his stick. Look at the skating ability here once again. Kaylee Martinez brought that all the way up the rink, tried to make a backhand pass to the back door, but it just got away from her and went and rolled in on the goalie. And so Serenity Roberts was able to tie it up pretty easily there.
Face off to the left of Roberts. Roberts has been playing in net for this YVU squad. Got called up at the last second to fill in. Normally not a goaltender, as I understand things, but doing a great job. YVU cannot get that away from Graham. Graham using the body to keep that separation, and that shot goes up just over the crossbar, picked up by Lethan Pankey. And Pankey has that knocked away. Graham is doing it all.
The one thing I'll say about Roberts in net, Roberts is a big kid, big goaltender, so he maybe not normally a goaltender, but right now, size in net sure helps.
Yeah, clear difference in what we saw in that last 8U game.
Right.
You know, there was a whole space for another head for those 8U players, and now Robert stands
Nice
ahead
pass.
above the crossbar. And Blaze trying to cover it up. Can't see anything.
Good play by Ponky there to beat the man wide and then jump that puck in front. They had a really good scoring opportunity out of that.
Big shout out to our camera crew on the floor giving us that angle. I was looking to see if the puck crossed the line. Did not, by way of that view. YVU wins the face-off, and Diamond just can't quite get enough on it. Now it's a 2-on-0 situation. Shot up into the net, and that's a goal. And the big Selly.
Everett Jones with a snipe there. That was a couple of dangerous passes up top. The defense for Tor trying to pass that puck back up top when they had pressure, and the last man back just couldn't hold that puck, and Yuma busted out. Watch this shot. Beautiful.
Deflect off the leg, and then it may have touched the glove too, but then just tucks right into the side near the post.
And it was with Pepper. I mean, that had a lot of speed on it.
This Yuma squad's got some size and some strength.
Yeah, they do.
It's Everett Jones, the goal scorer, out muscling on the puck again. This is a 2-on-1. Diamond's back. Everett's coming in again. Shot into the chest. Loose puck. Over to the side. Picked up by O'Leary. O'Leary can hurry. There's the pass. Cut off. Right idea. Too much hesitation, though. O'Leary's got to spot that man quicker, and that shot is deflected to the right.
Good defensive play by Ducharme to step up and steal that pass in his defensive zone, and then he skated all the way down. Had a really good scoring opportunity, but just missed that shot wide.
This Blaze squad is doing exactly what they need to do. There's just too many weapons on that YVU squad, and just taking away all those early opportunities. I know shots are pretty even right now. Here is Yoder passing it back. That shot deflected out. Think that was Everett Jones again. It was. Here's O'Leary, loose puck. Kept out, picked up by Jones.
Good defense again by Yuma.
Yep. As I was saying, Yuma's just doing a fantastic job. Did that trickle through the legs? No, that is a save by Roberts.
Once again, a big shot from outside by Jones.
But just breaking up, not giving them any clean looks on goaltender Cotton Murphy.
What I noticed is this Tor team, they're trying to play defense by poke checking the puck over and over again. At some point, they got to use their feet. They have to use their skating and step up and get in front of the player who's trying to skate past them. Use their body.
Diamond comes off. YVU wins the face-off. Here's Luca. No, that is Riley Griegel. There's Luca.
Yeah.
And Brady just tries to chip that off of one of the Blaze players. Has to be skated back down. This is Lethan Pankey making some moves over the middle and just can't beat the third.
Yeah, he had to get by 4 different defenders, and that's just not a real recipe for success too often. Until now.
There's Griegel.
Until now.
Griegel's got one low, but over the middle, free shot, and
oh,
down.
what a save.
Great save, and a little celebration in the net. Acting like they scored a goal. It was a good save.
Oh, it was. Cotton Murphy got that glove up there. Made a fantastic save. We're going to get a good replay on this one.
You know what? Celebrate all the victories. That's a good one. Yep. Good shot. Won by YVU. Loose puck out over the middle, and Yuma's going to take it back the other way.
Yuma constantly has 3 and 4 skaters in front of their net playing defense.
Good move by Pankey. Pankey's got Brady. Going to keep it. Shot and score. There it is. Tie game. 1-1. Lethan Pankey.
That's a great play by Pankey. I would like to see him pass that puck. Even though we got the goal, it's a 3-on-1 there. And
Yeah.
there's a couple of times they've had that same situation.
Yeah.
They don't make the pass and the puck gets stolen.
And I'm glad you said that, Bill, because I was just thinking that. There's been a couple of opportunities where we're seeing some of these YVU players. O'Leary's done it, Panky's done it, trying to do it all, and you just don't have to. You've got players in position, and that's a quick rebound shot and score for the Blaze to go back on top.
And that, you know, that was another play by Yoder up top when Jones was coming at him, and Yoder tried to stick check instead of staying with him, but moving his feet and playing defense with his feet, and that created a rebound opportunity in front. It was the play up top defensively that caused that to happen.
Yoder sending that to no one. Blaze dig it out. Yoder trying to get the back check.
Yeah, good skating by Yoder. You know
There it
you know
is.
he feels bad about that last one.
Now if they can get the puck to him, Yoder's going out front. Loose puck still on the near far boards.
Head over heels on that one. There's a, a mess on the boards.
O'Leary chases it down in the far corner, brings it behind their own net. O'Leary, another good move. Okay, now you've got 3-on-1. Let's see a pass here, and there it is.
Nice scoring opportunity, but really a very nice save there by Murphy. Not only did he make the save, but he tied it up. I think that puck got pushed so far wide that it made the save a little easier for Murphy, but the point is no rebound with two players standing in front with a wide open net.
I'm not sure who number 11 is on YVU. We don't have that one on our sheet.
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm not sure.
But, you know, just a little bit of indecisiveness there.
Yep.
But if YVU keep doing that, they'll connect on it more often than not. Now
Here's
here's
Yoder.
Yoder. He's got to get a shot on it. Shot is covered up. And that was a good stick by the Blaze. That's number 98, Jace Roloff.
Yeah. Yoder managed to get in there to get that backhand shot off, but the defense pushed him so deep that he couldn't get it to his forehand, and ended up taking a backhand shot that Murphy was able to hold the post and make an easy save of it.
Blaze win the face-off and send it all the way down the other way as we are now under 3 minutes to go here in the first period of the 2-1 hockey game. YVU moving the puck well. Here's Panky again. Now 3-on-0. Panky, shot and score.
Yeah. Got through all four players, and he did the same thing as he did last time, coming down the boards and just uses the boards, keeps playing the puck off of the boards and catching up to it. Then he beats the last man to the Midland. It's all over but the shooting.
Brady and Ben Harris there. I mean, you know,
Yep.
it's you know, I'm from the South, and I grew up with a lot of well, lovingly we call them rednecks, and we have a saying: if it works, it's not stupid. Or perhaps, you know, but anyway, I still would like to see Panky, when he's got those options, just spread the goaltender out.
Yeah.
You know, make it easier on yourself. It was a heck of a shot, though.
It was. And in that case, I know it was a 3-on-0, but the time I wanted to pass earlier, it was the 3-on-1 when he had a defender coming to him. And he did make a move and got around the defender, but you don't know that that's going to happen. If you make the pass, it's a sure thing. As opposed to the 3-on-0, if he sees something to shoot at and it's open, hey, I'm all for that shot.
Good movement by Panky. He's knocking them down left and right. Panky's doing it again, end-to-end. Shot, backhand, off the post for the hat trick. Panky says, what do you know, Logan?
Yeah, you know what I'd like Panky to do? Not pass from
Yeah,
now on.
you know
Okay,
what?
Logan?
That's fine.
Okay. that's what I'm telling him as a coach. Hey, shoot the puck, would you?
He went all the way from the far corner on the other end. Look at that shot. Backhand, ringing it off the post.
That's his third goal, and on every one of his goals, he beat all four of the Yuma players to get there alone.
I mean, and he was shaking them out of their skates. I think that's what the kids refer to as gross.
Jones trying to go in for himself, had it knocked off his stick.
Brady going to turn on the Jets, gets it through two, brings a stick with him, and finally knocked off the puck. Good physical play by Miller Gwynn on that. I like seeing that, actually. Also like seeing the refs not make any calls on that. Let the boys and girls play out there. Now, Everett Jones, loose puck, battling with Panky, knocks it back towards the middle. Yuma contain it. He's got 4 teal shirts in front, makes one move around, and that shot past the glove of Serenity Roberts. That's Jones again.
I was just about to say before he took that shot that he's willing to shoot it from outside. When he gets crowded a little bit and he's not sure if he's going to get through, he'll just let it go at net. And if you put it into a corner like that, why not?
I believe that is Jones' second of the game.
I think so too. When he gets the puck on his stick, he's a dominant player.
Palmer loses that one to Yoder. Yoder sends that off the boards, too far out of the reach of O'Leary. And Jones has that almost poked out by Yoder. Maintains it though. Across the middle shot into the legs. Rebound also kept out. Great job by Roberts on that one. And Yuma not able to capitalize on that one. I believe their second goal of the game.
Nice pass
there
across.
it is. Come on, Yoder. Nope.
Right in front. O'Leary just couldn't get a stick on it.
And wide shot as time expires, and Roberts has to dive to keep that one out. That one might have made it by just an inch or two. Got to give a lot of credit to this Yuma squad. They are really taking it to the YVU, breaking up those chances, and they've had a few, but the defense, they've let, Penke's gotten through a few times, but overall the team effort, team defense by the Yuma has been stout.
Well, look at the shots on net, Logan. You look at it, 14 shots for Yuma and 13 for TOR. Couldn't be any closer. And that 1 goal advantage, I think, might have been that slap shot from half court at the end of the period. So this is a really even game. What we're seeing is a lot of individual play where the stars for both teams are just going back and forth at each other. And it's a lot of fun to watch when it's like that.
A lot of star power on both sides. Jones,
look at
3 points. Penke with 3 points, all 3 of those being goals. Jones had the assist on that second goal, which led to that rebound. And there's that backhand. I love that shot.
And that's the tough one. That backhand that you elevate it and you put it, if it wasn't off the post, it was right inside the post. Perfect little shot, elevated, hard, and hit the corner.
Well, this has been an exciting hockey game after just one period. Can't wait to see what these squads are able to do with 15 more minutes to go. And
anybody's game, what we haven't seen is anything from Yoder yet. And he's a guy that can take a game over when he gets going.
And Brady.
And Brady also. Brady is a shooter, you know what I mean? If he has somebody helping him, setting him up, he's going to bury that puck. Yoder is the guy that can make a move and look for the pass. He can put the puck on Brady's stick. On the other side, Yuma, though, I mean, they've played, I got to say, Ducharme has had a couple of really solid defensive plays. They've been really good on that back check. They haven't allowed, although they've had, obviously Penke has come down and gotten around the players, they've chased it down and had defensive plays in front of their net most of the time. They've made it hard on TOR to break through for anything easy.
And that was a look at Roberts getting a little pep talk from Penke. Cotton Murphy having to readjust the blocker and glove, and now takes their spot back in the crease. Says good to go. Tie game, 15 to go. And I was going to say a second ago, just to finish the thought, this has been a really good battle. I'd like to see a whole series just between these two teams. We're only going to get the one, though, so strap in. Here we go. And here come the Blaze. Good stick, good puck movement. That's Ducharme.
Yeah, very impressive. Ducharme's
good job.
Really good with
Brady.
the puck.
Still has it, goes low. That shot is wide. And finally kicked out by Penke, picked up by the YVU. That was some great movement by Ducharme.
It was. He just got pushed too far to the outside.
And Penke
penalty now.
Gets caught up into the legs of, I believe, that was Jones, and not Jones. That is Max Freeman, number 99, bold choice.
Yeah, yeah.
99 takes a seat on this play right here. It doesn't look like anything. I don't know. They kind of did put the stick right or the skate right there. I don't know if there's a lot of malicious intent there, but
Well, they usually don't call that one a Gretzky. Shot from outside. That didn't miss by much. That was Penke again.
Yeah, Penke. And the YVU 0 for 1 on the power play so far in this game.
0 for 1, and the Blaze penalty kill was super strong.
Absolutely. Now he's got Yoder and Brady down low, right out front. I mean, just put the puck on net and something can happen here. There's O'Leary shot goes off the glove and into the nets.
Yep.
And out of play. And in this running clock situation, that is a goaltender's best friend. Just get stoppages because that will chew up the clock easier than anything else. So I'd keep the shots low, try to create some lateral movement in the crease by getting your passing going. These kids can pass it. Yoder over the middle, waiting on something from Pankey. Pankey shoots and that goes wide.
Wow. Again, that didn't miss by much.
Yoder chases it down. He's got O'Leary out front. O'Leary with a chance here. That goes off the leg.
Nice pass.
And Brady pitchforks it the other way. Pankey's got it again. Overskates Jones. A lot of room. Pankey, leg save and cleared by the Blaze. Good job by Murphy, seeing that the whole way, dropping down on it, using the legs to keep it out. 30 to go, see if they can get 1 or 2 more shots here. Pass across the floor, O'Leary shot into the net.
There it is. Pankey with the assist there. Nice looking long pass to a wide open O'Leary.
Good 70-foot pass there. Just what a, I mean,
yeah, great shot.
Good
Nobody
placement.
in front of the net. That one is either going in or it's, you know, or it's tied up and the penalty's over. But he buried it.
So YVU able to capitalize on the power play right near the end. 11:40 to go here in this one. And Blaze trying to tie it back up.
What a nice back check by Brady there.
Yeah. 81, that's Colin Graham. This shot going high, loose puck into the boards, and Graham looks to be in some pain. I think he might have come down on a stick. One of the YVU players staying back there with him. Now he's up. Graham stays down, and they are going to blow play dead.
Just waited for Yuma to touch that puck before they blew it dead. Referee obviously felt like he was in a little distressed, but he wasn't really hurt badly or anything. And so I would guess that he'll be up and about here pretty quickly.
We'll take a look and see exactly what happened there.
I think you're right. I think he landed on his stick. Right here.
He's coming down.
Nope.
Or might have landed on the puck.
Yeah, I think maybe just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, he landed right on the puck.
Yeah.
Puck might have even been vertical when that happened too. That's I can't feel good.
That, you know,
Getting
for
up.
kids this age, when they get the wind knocked out of them, it seems like they're never going to be able to breathe again.
Yep.
It's scary.
Looks to be okay.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Yeah, get a little support from the crowd.
Yep.
We will resume play. Reese put a little bit more time back on the clock.
Good job by Mr. Allen, the coach / trainer.
We will be back at center rink. 11 to go. YVU up by 1. Blaze win the faceoff. Jones gets past Brady. Wide shot goes low and score.
We talked about Jones, how he'll shoot it from outside. When he has pressure on him, he just lets it go. That's the first one we've seen, I think, on the floor, though. These kids love to shoot that high up into the corner, and he lets this one go on the floor, and that absolutely catches Roberts by surprise.
Yeah, she definitely wants that one back. Tied once again. Very close hockey game. Here's Jones again making a good move, but this time O'Leary getting the shoulder from Jones.
Good back check by O'Leary, though.
Yeah.
Nice defense there.
Yuma Blaze goal scorer number 87.
Jones is, it might be kind of hard to tell. Jones has got some size.
Oh, he's
on
a big kid.
A lot of
Oh,
these
yeah.
YVU kids. O'Leary can match that size.
Yeah.
There's Max Freeman trying to get that to Jace Roloff. Loose puck. Someone's got to chase it down. Foot race going to be won by Diamond. Can't get enough stick on the puck, and there's a pass right to a wide open Max Freeman. Shot deflects up off the stick of Robertson into the back of the net, and Yuma is back on top.
Yeah, Freeman shot that puck again on the floor, and Roberts, as the goalie, was down and reached her stick out like a poke check, but what it really became was a ramp. Watch the angle of the stick. You can't have your stick on that angle. All it does is ramp the puck up in the air over you. And that's exactly what happened.
It's 2 plays now that have come. There's another shot by, I think that might have been Jones again.
Yeah, they're gonna shoot the puck. I think the coaches told them, you get the puck,
fire
any chance you have, shoot it.
I want to see Jace Diamond have a little more confidence in the stick work. There's been 2 pucks that he's gone for. We had a really soft pass that got cut off, and then going for a puck battle on the near boards that he won the foot race to. But Blaze able to beat him off the puck and then get that to Freeman.
Opening in front. Oh, that was scary.
Yeah, that was Panky snatching that one out of the air. Now he dishes it ahead, getting it along the boards.
And in front.
This is huge. Ducharme, shot and score. What a move.
You know, Roberts played that pretty well. She held the post and waited, and when Ducharme cut across, Roberts tried to poke check, get that stick out there. Watch this. But just great job by Ducharme. Good stick handling, good control, takes it all the way across.
That's a really impressive play by a kid this young.
Yeah.
We'll see if Coach C.J. Yoder decides to take a timeout here. Not yet. Ducharme trying to control.
Boy, Yuma had a man all alone in front again there for a second.
Yep. YVU trying to converge on the puck. Pass to O'Leary. O'Leary's got Yoder down low. If they can get it through, and there it is. Come on. Shot off the side.
Pass in
Dish
front.
out front.
Yep.
And
look at how fast Ducharme is to get to that puck, though. Right. That was a free puck with 3 different people had a chance at it, and Ducharme just beat everybody.
Ducharme went through the legs of Griegel to create that opportunity. Roberts loses the stick and the glove, and they're going to blow that dead.
Yeah,
that's
they had to.
That's by rule. They're going to have to blow that dead when there's an equipment issue like that.
Two-goal lead now for the Blaze, and it's getting down close to 7 minutes.
Jones with it. Another chance here. That shot is knocked off the stick of Riley Griegel. Good stick.
Absolutely. Good defensive play there.
And good recovery after getting the puck fed through the legs earlier. Graham's got it.
This floor has gotten tilted the other way. Yuma's had that puck in the YVU zone most of the time the last few minutes here.
Ducharme, good pass over the middle. Nobody there to pick it up there. No, now here is O'Leary, gets past 2, goes off the skate, and Jones finally gets it. Look for this wide shot again. Shot into the mask, loose puck. Picked up by Jones again, goes for the backhanded shot, bounces behind. O'Leary's circles to pick it up. Now for YVU, they got an even man threat. Still got it. O'Leary moving well. Got one option, and that shot is good.
Man.
What a move. Backhanded shot, gets past the legs of Murphy, and we are tied once again. What a game this has been.
Well, you said you're from the South, buddy. I'm from Boston, and I'm looking at an O'Leary against Murphy face-off here. And O'Leary wins that one. What a great move.
Good job by Diamond, not getting out-muscled on that one. Sends it back for Panky, who scoops it up along the near corner, and we'll start turning on the gas.
1-goal game now, still a lot of time left.
Panky with 4 points in this one, 3 of them goals, 1 assist. Leaves that one, though, picked up, I believe that's Martinez.
Yeah, he had a couple of men in front there.
Martinez's shot is swallowed up by Roberts. Good job by Martinez.
Oh, absolutely.
Gutsy play, getting through 3 teal shirts.
Cut right down the middle and had sticks all around her, but just kept moving and controlling that puck.
Basically chased the second half of the floor.
Yep.
Yuma again winning the face-off. Panky
2-on-1.
Sends that up for Brady. Now, this is a good combo here. And knocked off the puck, no calls.
Good stick check there.
Jones out of the reach of Brady. Jones
He's got
Panky in front,
there
in the middle, and wide. Diamond trying to chase down Jaden Palmer. Palmer battling with Pankey. That chipped up and kept out by Roberts, who's going to send it over to the left. Picked up
Well, look at
by
that pass.
Brady.
How did that get through? Seeing eye. What great defense, though, once again by Jones.
I don't know if Ben Harris expected that to get through. Now Martinez had a chance on it. Roberts covers up.
4 minutes to go, just over 4 minutes. 1 goal game. Blaze up 6-5 over YVU, the tour team.
Sorry, I said we were tied up earlier. They were down 6-4. It's 5-6. Blaze still with it, 4 to go. There's a shot that goes wide. And Yoder out there with Johnson. Haven't seen much of Johnson so much this game. Here's Freeman, got to be chased down by O'Leary. And O'Leary finally breaks that up right at the last second. Yoder's got it.
I thought that was going to be in the net. No, O'Leary just got there to get a stick on it from behind.
Skating past. Blaze got a 4-man front. Goes off the chest of Robertson. They got to get the clear out. They do. O'Leary.
Look at the back check here. Look at the speed.
Yep. Big wheels on this Blaze team. And we're going to get a call here.
I don't know if that was that a hooking call? That was, but Ducharme with speed all the way back. And
let's see.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Ducharme when he got back there and he got the stick under the stick. He actually got into the gloves.
Yep, okay.
So hooking call from behind.
YVU.
Call. We're going to see it again.
Yep. YVU absolutely needs
right there.
this.
Yeah, that was all over the arms. That was even worse than I thought. So.
Yep, right. Officials got a clear view on it.
Yeah, when they initially
shot, wow, quick pass and right into the glove of Murphy. Great job, great awareness by Murphy. Leary,
yep.
Quick dish. And we are going to get a timeout.
By Tor, I believe. I think YVU called that timeout to set this power play up a little bit.
Yeah, the Blaze have really turned it on here in the second half. Everything was pretty even at the halfway point, both in scores and shots. And now you can see there on your screen, 28 shots in favor of the Blaze. They've really been dominating the possession battle here in this half.
Absolutely, and the coaches for the Blaze were talking to the referees. I don't think they liked that last penalty. And truthfully, when they called it, I didn't like it. But then when I saw the replay, it was a pretty obvious one.
Yeah, I totally missed it.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our replay team down in the Roller Planet studio, keeping us honest up here at the broadcast booth and bringing you extra insight all around the world for our Roller Planet audience.
See Coach CJ Yoder on the one side. He was trying to explain to the kids what to do. On the shorthanded, you see Coach Allen on that side, and whatever he's taught his kids to do on the shorthanded situation, they've been really good at it so far. And I think that's why Coach CJ Yoder called the timeout. He needed to set something up a little bit different.
YVU won the face-off, but dish by Brady. Brady's got a chance here. Brady shot into the chest of Murphy, kept out, loose puck.
Brady just didn't have much to shoot at. The defender went down, and there just wasn't a lot of space there.
O'Leary with a little bit of space, shot, score again. O'Leary power play goal.
It kind of felt like that was going in when O'Leary had that much time and that much space to get a good look at what he wanted to shoot at. He knew that it was a pretty good chance it was going in the net all day long to let that puck go. Got his head up, found the spot he wanted to hit, and he hit it.
And now with 2 minutes to go, we are tied again, 6-6. YVU 2 for 3 on the power play. And Blaze back at even strength after that. They win the face-off, control behind their own net. Pass right into 2 teal jerseys. Brady's got it, having a little trouble controlling it, and Murphy's gonna knock that out.
Good work by Brady to chase it down, though.
And good job by Martinez keeping herself between the goal and Brady, and that shot from Yoder goes off the body of Martinez. Good eat by Big 92 out there. Now here's Ducharme. Got to beat Pankey. Back check from Brady. Shot into the net.
It is. He got that one in short side.
Yep. Wow. Big Selly from Big 7.
Yeah. You know, when he started coming down, I thought he was going to take it to the backhand, and try and sneak around the defender. Instead, he went wide, and he got pushed wide, and so he just let it go. And what a perfect shot. Was that under the glove?
I think it was just right past the blocker, and I think myself and Ducharme are the only ones in the building that knew that went in. There was a bit of a delayed response from everybody, the players, the rest, the crowd.
Yeah.
As soon as about 3 seconds went by, and then they cheered.
So a minute 20 to go, and I gotta believe that it was Tor that called this time out, so it must have been Yuma the last time, is my guess.
Yeah.
But either way, minute 20, 1-goal lead. Still plenty of time, and especially with the shooters we've seen from this YVU team.
Roberts is on the bench, so we'll see. You've seen Coach Yoder directing traffic, saying, look, you guys win the faceoff and go.
Yeah.
Get down there.
I love watching him coach the young kids. I really do. He's so good at it. And the kids love him.
Absolutely. They really respect him. O'Leary going to take the face-off.
Yeah, he...
and they win it there. That's exactly what Coach was talking about. You got to win the face-off and go get it. Knock it out. Pankey's going to get it.
They want him to take off. He doesn't need to go behind the net.
No, it's losing precious time there. You got options. You got options. And muscle it off the puck. Empty net. Chance. It's up. And just wide, but it's going to be a foot race to the puck. And O'Leary still loose, still loose. 40 seconds. Got to be tighter with the passing. Control is everything right now. Pankey's got it. By the way, just moments ago, that was great defense by the Blaze to just muscle Pankey off the puck. O'Leary, another big collision. Now Yoder.
Over again.
Loose puck.
On the back door.
Still loose.
Open.
23 seconds to go. Moved up. Pankey gets through his legs. Will it scoot in? It will not. It's wide. He's got to move. 15 seconds to go to get the other way. Maybe get one more shot off.
He's got to send it long here. Got to get it up there. He's got a man in front.
Yoder
got to get it up there.
Pankey's got to move it. O'Leary got a chance here. Making moves. Pankey. Shot score!
Oh, my God. Under 4 seconds left. Oh, man. The crowd is going crazy here.
The give and go pass. Pankey to O'Leary, right back to Pankey. O'Leary, great move over the middle. Finds Pankey right there in the slot for the 4th time. And between those two, they've got to have about 10 points altogether.
Wow, what a great game.
3.7 seconds to go in regulation, a 7-7 hockey game. Unbelievable effort by this YVU squad to gut it out.
I think unbelievable effort by both of them. I got to tell you, I'm totally impressed with Yuma and what they've done, but when you've got shooters like YVU has, and you got a couple of minutes to work that puck in, get a couple of shots, it's pretty hard to hold them out.
I'm just thinking about both of those, or 2 or perhaps 3 shots on the empty net, just barely wide, and then trying to tuck it in on the side.
Absolutely. I don't know how that puck stayed out.
Just an inch or 2 away from winning a championship, really. And take a look at some of the replays from that last one. We will get a 5-minute overtime period. This was O'Leary in the power play.
Big shot there.
Yeah, going top. And then these wide, these long shots from Jones. Hammered a couple of them past Roberts today. And there was that shot, I believe, from Freeman that just ramped off of her stick. And this is one of Ducharme's. Love that move. Going high there. Yeah, shooting off one leg. And O'Leary again. That was somewhat of a similar move, just getting past the leg there. And O'Leary again. O'Leary has been great this game.
So we're playing 3-on-3 hockey here for 5 minutes.
Brady out there with Griegel as well as Pankey. And got some players on the floor. Pankey's got a chance if he can move.
A lot of room here.
Yep. Makes across the middle. He's in the slot. Loses it at the last second to Griegel. And Griegel got to keep the head up. Cannot afford turnovers in overtime.
Pankey had a shot there from the slot. Decided he wanted to get around the last man.
Ducharme can't beat Pankey. That time dished
now
up.
Now we've got a breakaway with the hustle.
Pankey swinging in. Ducharme Still got it. Shot kept out by Robertson. Pankey picks it back up. Got Brady up top, along with Griegel. Waiting for Brady to get in deep. Pankey shoots and right into the glove of Cotton Murphy. We'll get a play to the left now of Murphy. O'Leary comes back out. Griegel comes off. She tells Pankey to stay on.
Yeah, they like that duo there. I'll guarantee you they like that duo with Pankey and O'Leary. I don't know how long they can play, though.
Brady did not have his eyes down that time before the face-off. Blaze win that one. Ducharme sends that back, and high pass bouncing wide into the far corner. Pankey's going to win the foot race against Martinez, but errant puck picked up by Ducharme. This is dangerous. Makes a move, shot, and too high.
Wow.
Good job by Brady to break that one up. O'Leary scoops it up.
3
Gotta
on 2
go.
here.
This could be it with the odd man rush. O'Leary makes a good move over the middle. Gets past one, gets past two. O'Leary trying to do it all.
Oh,
Kept
what a
out
save.
by great effort by Murphy to stop that one, and now a 2-on-0. It's Jones and Ducharme. This is tough. It's in! And that's the game. Jones calls it. Tosses the stick, tosses the gloves.
Jones coming down the floor, had Ducharme the whole way wide open. He said, nope, this is mine. Look at the celebration there.
The game winner from who else? Everett Jones. Look at that move.
This is a game that none of these kids will ever forget. What a great game.
I have no notes. I'm so impressed by both these teams, and I know nobody's feeling the weight of this more than Serenity Roberts,
Yeah.
but she's got nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
She stepped up for this team, got them all the way to the championship, was there with them right till the very end. It's just the last score of the game in overtime. You know, maybe if we had more time, things could be different, but it is what it is. She played great. This whole team played great. But how about this Yuma squad coming in from out of town here to the Pepsi Roller Sports Arena, playing the way they did against a very tough 10U YVU squad.
Oh, Yuma
and
absolutely deserves that win. They played so well. They did such a great job on defense. And you know, when you look at some of those kids that YVU kept sending at him, Ponky and O'Leary, it was just a great job to hold them out as much as they could.
We're going to take one last look at the game winner. It was a 2-on-0. Good backhand, just tucked it right up, got past Roberts. She tried to make a play on it, got right under her stick, and there it was. And you see a lot of the proud moms and dads in the crowd.
The yard sale. We get the yard sale at the other end of the rink with gloves and sticks.
That's really what it's all about, guys.
It is what it's all about. Absolutely. These kids having a great time, and they're showing great skill and great sportsmanship at the end with that nice handshake line. The way I love to see a game end.
Absolutely. That was the Tier 1 championship. Congrats to the Yuma Blaze and the runners-up Tour YVU. We've got Tier 2 from the 10U coming up next. We are going to step away. You are watching Roller Planet. If you're just joining us, or if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe. And hey, why not share this to a fellow hockey fan out there? We'll be back with you in just a few minutes. You're watching Roller Planet. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Roller Planet's live stream coverage of the TORHS Colorado Regional Qualifier. We've had 2 exciting games in the books and 2 more coming up in this block of games. We've got 3 live streams coming to you today. This first 4-game block, we are now at the halfway point. We're going to have our Tier 2 10U matchup. This one's going to be between the Des Moines Explosion and the Parker Pioneers. Same teams from the 8U, just a little bit older, a little bit taller, a little wiser.
Man, if this game is anything like the last one we saw, we can shut the stream down because it's not going to get any better. I'm telling you, we just saw an unbelievable 10U game, and now here's the second championship 10U Tier 2 from these 2 teams. What I really like is this team from Parker has their fans. They're on the glass, they're loud, they're banging on the glass, they're making noise. Just totally into it. The Explosion travel well. They're from Des Moines and they bring fans with them, and they do this every year when they come down to Colorado Springs to play. They bring a ton of fans, and they're great fans, great people. This one's going to be fun.
Yeah, Coach Ruth Ferg hyping up her team. Got one too many Pios out there. They'll get it figured out.
Oh, somebody noticed?
Yep. I don't want to start the game with a too many man penalty. Somebody figured out. Coach Ferg trying to get her ducks in a row out there. Yeah, great atmosphere today in the Pepsi Roller Sports Arena.
It really has been.
And if you're just joining us, by the way, I'm Logan McCrary, and here with my partner in crime, Bill Mulhern. Always a pleasure to be here with Bill and with all you fine folks out there around the world joining us here on Roller Planet as the Explosion control and bringing it into the offensive zone. Got a 3-on-2 as Gross tries to cut that off, trying to dish it over the middle, and gets off the skate of Tellez, and the Pios pick it back up.
Schmidt tried to get that pass to the front of the net, and there was a man there that was open, and it just went off of his skate. Nice try.
Explosion have it.
Simpson with a couple of moves there.
Tellez shot off the blocker of Michael Weaver.
That was from outside. I didn't think it was going to be much of a shot, but it was really labeled for that far corner, and Weaver did a really good job getting over there, knocking it down.
Number 21, Mason Schmidt controlling, dishes of the middle. Good chance here. Can't quite get enough on it. That's Elliot Castings, who had a couple of goals in that 8U game, playing up into this 10U squad today.
That's the second time we've seen, pass to
Bouncing
the front.
puck. Another chance there by the Explosion.
Second time we saw the Explosion come down the rink and Schmidt make a pass to the front. We're going to have to watch that. He looks like he's a real facilitator.
Explosion doing a good job feeding that through. Brock Welch having a little trouble handling it there on the back end. Simpson's got it. Shot trying to go for that top near corner. Ends up going wide. Pios need to skate.
Oh,
Tellez, great move here. Story. Fans of the shot, though. And great job by Tellez. Just backhanded tap right into the middle. And a good job by Story. That was Grouse, rather, not Tellez. But nothing doing on that. Explosion get possession again. And now the Pios pick it back up.
Good pass.
Pioneers over to Bassett.
Look at the speed from the back end, though.
Yep. And that was what we saw a lot in that 8U matchup. This Explosion team, very physical and very fast. And love that. Castings, the young kid going out right in the middle, going to the ground to break up that opportunity.
Yeah, that was, I believe, Soroki who had that puck in front.
Loose puck. Someone's got to get it. Castings passes it over the middle.
The Explosion really looked for that open man in front of the net over and over and over again.
Now Simpson making a good move to get past Bassett. And Ferg gets in there, still moving Bassett off the puck.
Nice play by Ferg. He's got to watch it, though, on the interference.
Yeah.
That, that first time he gets his feet moving and gets in front of the player, but then he's down his knees and he tries to push him again.
Yeah.
You're not going to get away with that too much.
Got to be careful for sure. Now here's Bassett with Ferg out in front. Bassett trying to handle, got a little traffic to get through. Shot is blocked and covered up.
Call. We've got a hooking call on the Explosion.
Yeah. Just Judging, but no, it's going to be on Ferg.
Oh, they called the
Yep.
interference as Ferg stepped in and tried to block off the defender. Ferg looks around and says, "What I do?"
Getting the explanation from the stripes. And the explosion going to go on a power play here with 11:20.
Yeah, look at that. There's just no attempt to get to the net, get open, or get the puck. It was all about delaying the other player. And that's a great call.
And it was probably fine right up until the very end when they knocked him down. Like, honestly, that initial bump was enough to create the space, give his man a chance to make a play, but the extra effort, bringing the explosion player to the ground is what drew the whistle. And cleared all the way back the other way into the possession of Micah Weaver.
Nice play by Tubbs to get there, as Weaver has to tie that puck up, and all that does is run the clock off.
Yeah. Weaver should have pushed that out and kept it live, had a lot of space to find somebody along one of the boards.
Yeah.
Here we are, we've already lost another 20 seconds.
Yeah, the explosion make a slow change. They need to move quicker than that.
Explosion trying to get it out of their zone. They can't. That's fed in low and shot and covered up again. Not much happening on this power play so far, and we are halfway through it.
Good work by the Pios to keep it down the other end.
Explosion win the faceoff. Comes Simpson, feeds it through the legs of Grouse. Shot too high. That was a good move. Grouse caught looking, and now Simpson's got to race and make that, take away a one-on-one chance there. Tubbs was coming in with some speed. Grouse sticks that away and then picked back up by the Explosion. Fed up on the boards, and stick caught up high, and no calls from the referees on that one. That was the stick of Tubbs. Got up into the cage of, I believe, Sherrod Wilson. Loose puck. Picked up by the Explosion. Here they go, turning on the Jets.
Tubbs has done a good job in the offensive zone on this shorthand situation. There he gets back with the back check. He's done a really good job. I think he's getting pretty tired though.
Trying to get that to Oliver Avon. Loses that between the legs. And now Grouse has it as the Pioneers come back to full strength. Now it's a foot race between Ferg and I think Alex Fagan. It is Ferg trying to pass that up. Cut off by the Explosion, and despite the collision, maintained possession.
The Explosion had the Pios trying to make a change. They had two men on the floor and two going to the bench. They had a chance there to get a scoring opportunity, but they got turned around and didn't get into the offensive zone.
Mason, here's Fagan.
2-on-0.
Shot, score! He's a machine, Alex Fagan. He's already a one-man highlight reel from the 8U game.
Yeah,
now he's got one in this one.
We have seen that before. This kid's amazing.
And it's that 97, is that 87 right there with him? Yeah, that was that Oliver Avon. No, that was 88, Evan Lundqvist. But either way, whether it's 87, 88, or 97, this Expo team, fantastic at having guys in scoring position when the opportunities arise. Really well-coached team.
You know, the one thing I noticed about the coaching is that when they get a chance to set up in the offensive zone, the Explosion, they do 8 and under, 10 and under, do the same thing. They set their diamond formation up, they move it around, and that tells you something about the organization. It tells you that the coaching all the way through all the different age groups are teaching the same thing, and that really helps.
Tubbs cuts that one off. He's got Soroki, but that is Mason Schmidt has been really strong in this game, winning those puck battles.
Agreed.
And helping his team dominate in possession so far.
Eve Ginsburg got a skate on that, turned her skate sideways and played it with her wheels. Yeah. I think made it a little bit tougher than it should have been. I'd like to see her just get her stick down there. It should be an easy one.
Schmidt's going to handle face-off duties, and Schmidt's going to win that. Pioneers chipping away at a loose puck and get possession. Jude Brick trying to find Ferg.
Yeah, nice try there. Just close to Ferg, just by his stick.
Pioneers trying to move it across. Tellez has that knocked up. Bouncing puck. Settled down by Weaver.
Tellez managed to get by the first couple of Explosion players, but ran into a wall there and lost that puck.
And 6 to go here in this 1-0 hockey game. This Tier 2 10U championships. We'll get a face-off to the left of, or to the right of Weaver. And still loose. And finally chipped up and out by the Explosion. Grouse gonna put a little weight on Bentley Chapman, who's trying to go chase that down.
Nice pass up the boards. Ferg just couldn't hold it. It was right there. Casting.
Ferg, good
Sends it
job.
up the boards, but there's just nobody there.
Chipping that up. Ferg goes down. After a little hip collision. Tellez can shoot long here. And goes wide. Not a bad idea. All your teammates just kind of standing still looking at you.
That's the problem. The Pios weren't moving their feet and they weren't getting to
Now
the front of the
Ferg.
net.
Here's a chance. And cut off. And there's a backhanded shot. Tellez! Tubbs, rather. That's Tubbs with the backhanded goal, and we're back tied at 1.
And I was talking about that last shot. There was nobody in front. This time, Tubbs was right in front of the net. And with these young kids, I would always tell them that puck is going to end up in front of the net, so you might as well get there first.
And that all happened thanks to the stick of Cody Ferg cutting off that pass. And a great job by Oliver Avon trying to break that up. That initially took away Ferg's scoring opportunity, but Tubbs right there in the nick of time.
Pioneers goal scored by number 4, unassisted, with 4 minutes and 59 seconds remaining.
Explosion control.
That's 4 unassisted.
And that time Avon turns it over. Here's Bassett with one to beat. Trying to move over the middle, loses it just right at the very end. Got a chance to move it back to the middle. Nobody really there for him. And here come the Explosion.
Great speed there by Simpson.
Simpson kept out. Big back check. Possibly took some of the mustard off of that one. Here's Story, or Soroki.
That's good work on the boards by Wilson for the Explosion.
Now picked up by the Pioneers. They've got a
3-on-1.
Yeah, big chance here. Over to Tubbs, goal scorer. Can't go for the one-timer. Turnover. Pio's got a chance. And Weeks, backhanded bouncing shot from Soroki, goes wide.
Once again, Soroki had a man back door. If he could have just dumped that puck across the crease, there was a wide open net.
Explosion avoid the collision, maintain possession. Got a man wide to the left. Shot kept out.
Good pass, good save.
Ginsburg going down to one knee to keep that out.
2-on-1 here.
Look at Bassett. Got a chance, shot, scores! Luke Bassett goes the long side, gets past the stick of Micah Weaver, and the Pioneers have a goal.
Micah Weaver was holding that post right on the post, which is what gave so much room in the backside. I think Weaver had to be thinking about that other Pio coming down behind him. Then if the pass comes across, he's got to get across to the crease really quickly, and so he stayed on the post. Your best bet there has got to be to come out of the net and cut that angle down.
Pioneers with a 2-1 lead. Here comes Castings. He's got 3 in front. He just kind of chips it up, and the Pioneers pick it up. Dangerous pass right in front of his own net, but Tellez scoops it back out. Explosion get the turnover.
Nice escape move by Schmidt.
Yeah, I like the way this kid moves and handles through traffic.
Beautiful pass across there. And Schmidt, that's the 3rd time he's put a pass across. It just hasn't they haven't scored on it, but he's found an open man on the back door.
Yeah, it was Keaton Wallert, and one of the Pioneers goes down. I believe it's Lincoln Tubbs. Fell hard on the backside and now face down on the floor. Coaches are going to come out and take a look at him. No calls from the referees. A couple of chirps from the crowd, though.
I'm not sure what they wanted for calling that, but we'll get a look at it and see if there's anything.
Just a little collision. We'll see exactly what happens there. Yeah, yeah. All right, and so here's the thing about games happening in the Pepsi Roller Sports Arena and live stream on Roller Planet. We have this live stream in real time playing up on the big board, and you guys see the exact same replays that they do here in the building, and you have all these other Pios fans and other players that are looking up and seeing that stick goat, and wow, we're getting a "ref, you suck" chant. That might be the first time I've heard that in the Pepsi Roller Sports Arena.
I think the parents put the kibosh on that one pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this all alone.
Keep it classy, kids.
Nice try there. That was a steal by Soroki, and he got a good shot off. Good save by Weaver, though.
But just finishing the thought, we get the benefit of hindsight here on Roller Planet, as do the fans when they get to see our live streams in real time here. And but there is no official replay here in TORHS or really in any of the inline roller sport, any of the roller sports that we get to do here. We just get to show you that stuff as an extra benefit. Now here comes the Pioneers. That's Ferg.
Nice pass.
Too far out ahead.
Soroki was there.
And Soroki trying to return the favor. That's cut off by Schmidt. Bast has got another chance going low. It goes off an explosion skate and cleared out. Brick's going to have to chase that down. 30 to go. Yep. Is there an echo in here?
Ferg.
Good move. And Schmidt gets a little bit of a skate on skate there to knock Ferg off speed. Bassett loses that, trying to go up along the bank shot off the boards. Loose puck. And players taking tumbles all over the place. Explosion dish out over the middle. Too far away from Schmidt. Bassett battling for it. He gets knocked down along the far boards. Loose puck. And that's going to do it for the first period. He's getting, I don't know if chippy's the right word, but.
No, I think the kids are just working hard. These kids are 8, 9, and 10 years old, and they run into each other. We're at a point after that one call or no call that the Pios fans are looking for a penalty every time, and it's just not there. These kids are working hard. They're running into each other a little bit, and that's going to happen.
Here's Fagan getting past the stick. Tricking Ginsberg into going left on that with a little fake right before. Love the celebration.
I know.
Now this was right after Ferg cut off that pass. Dishes that up for Tubbs. Good backhanded look there. And there was Bassett beaten, going far side on Weaver. And that's how we got to this 2-1 score.
Shots on net right now. Pioneers have 10. Explosion have 8. This is anybody's game. Been back and forth the whole time. The Explosion are actually the higher seed coming into this, but I don't know how much that means at this point.
Coach Ruth Ferg, and then on the other side, Coach Rob Cooker. Up on the board, I gotta imagine that's Blaine Barker. Helping spell out some plays. Getting an inside look there for you here on Roller Planet. Shout out to our rinkside camera crew for getting those angles for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect what we see from both organizations. Barker trying to set up a play, and Ferg is telling the kids, work hard and really getting them emotionally worked up to get them going. And that's what you see out of the Pioneers, really, when they're good, is that they're just moving their feet and skating hard all the time.
Battling for possession. It's the Explosion that finally get it. Pass up on the near boards.
1-on-4 though.
Evan Lindquist loses it. And Grouse got it now, but gets moved off the puck once again by Schmidt. That shot. Glove down, loose puck, and covered up. Not loose. That was not Schmidt, that was Sherrod Wilson. But good job by the Explosion, digging that one out and getting an opportunity there.
Lindquist charging to the net, looking for a rebound. Good job, though, by Ginsburg to tie it up, as you said.
Face off the glove side of Ginsburg.
High stick
High
there.
stick, and won't be called because it's going to be picked up by the Explosion. And Grouse comes away with it, looking for someone to send it to.
2-on-1.
He's got Tubbs on the side if he can get the pass off. Just waiting a little too long on that. Tellez falls down. Wilson maintains, he's got Grouse in front, beats Grouse, and Tellez gets back in there and sticks it out. Grass sends it along the far boards, cut off by Simpson.
Wilson
Grouse gets it again.
Taken away,
Yep.
3-on-1 now.
And
Shot from way too far outside.
questionable choice there, sort of a panic.
I think Grouse is a little tired. He's gone
Yeah.
to the bench. He let that puck go and just, now they're catching him in a change, though.
2-on-0 shot, kept out.
Wow.
Huge save, loose puck though, and finally covered up. Gets a little hook down at the end, no harm done. Big save by Ginsburg. 2-on-0, shut down.
Really got across the crease there. Went from side to side to pick that shot out of the air. Great job.
I think he got hypnotized by the eyes on that blazing pink helmet. It's a heck of a graphic on that thing. Face off one, initially by the Pioneers, but immediately picked back up by the Explosion. Avon has that knocked off of his stick, but a little too much traffic. Green getting in their own way there, but here they go. Soroki, and that shot just a little wide.
Yeah, that didn't miss by much, Logan.
Bassett. Puck bounces away. Bassett challenging. Cut off by Brick. Loose puck, though. Tries to chip that up for Castings. Castings got to go around the net to pick it back up. Tries to chip that along the near boards. And puck battle along the near boards. It's Soroki against Schmidt. Schmidt still got it.
He's impressive. Really good stick handler.
Finally just muscled off the puck by Bassett.
Yeah, it's hard to go 1-on-3, 1-on-4 over and over again. You got to make that once in a while, but in general, you got to be looking to set the play up and make a pass. Hard for the kids at this age, though. I mean, you have to think about when you see somebody stick handling like that, they've got to look at the puck some of the time, and it's hard to get your head up and see who's open.
Soroki somehow salvages a shot out of all of that, kept out by Weaver. Pios have it still, going low. Weaver goes to the floor to move it wide. Bassett's got it. Gives a little backhanded chip, trying to find, I believe, Soroki over the middle, but the Explosion come the other way with it. Now Schmidt, and that's cut off by Ferg. Loose
Pios
puck.
are doing a much better job of getting back on defense.
Puck still loose, and now picked up by the Pioneers. Up to Ferg. Just off the stick, and Ferg's got a chance
He's
here.
in.
Little space, shot, trying to go wide with it.
He had all sorts of room to cut to the middle there and get a better angle. Instead, he stayed wide and took the shot from a bad angle.
Tellez,
I think he realized how much room he had.
bouncing puck still in Tellez's reach. Backhanded opportunity. And Bassett, I don't think Bassett ever saw it coming. It bounced right off his stick, right there in the middle. Soroki, that's Story now. Sends that into the far corner, and that is going to be picked up by Oliver Avon, who's going to ream it around the boards.
Race to the puck here.
Tellez.
Fagan gets there first.
Tellez upsets him just a little bit. Now Grouse back on, and we'll send that along the far boards. Smacked back the other way by Keaton Wallert, and now the Explosion got a man up front.
Man.
And
He tried to make that pass in
still
front.
another chance, shot, and kept out. Still loose, good job by Ginsburg. Fagan looking for a wraparound chance now. Puck is up on the net and goes behind. And finally dug back out by the Pioneers. Foot race for it.
Oh, that's a
huge
big
collision.
collision there.
Tubbs right into Weaver.
Tubbs was getting pushed
And both
by the
players.
defenseman of the explosion.
They were pushing each other for sure.
Yeah, he was trying to get to the front of the net, and he just got pushed wider than he wanted
Shoulder.
to go, and that was a major collision there.
Right into Weaver, and Weaver is shaken up.
Yeah.
Coach is in the crease, checking on their goaltender. Hope everything is okay. There's no backups. So if Weaver can't go, they'll have to have someone else suit up.
Yeah, you know what? I think I would have called that interference, Logan. I know he was getting pushed by the defense a little bit, but he had plenty of time at the end there to move one way or the other and just plowed right through the crease.
Yeah, it's just tough.
At full speed, it's hard because there was a lot of physical play by the two players before they reached the goalie. But at the very end, I did feel like he had time to avoid the goalie, and he didn't.
I'll take one more look at the collision. Weaver is in some serious pain in the crease right now. He's going for the shot. Yeah, he's trying to go low, and I mean, you gotta. I don't know. It's it's tough. These are 10-year-old kids. You'd like to see possibly a more experienced skater circle off to the right there, right to avoid that collision. But Weaver's still down.
I wonder, we'll see if Weaver's able to go on, but I wonder if they've got anybody on the bench who also plays goalie but is suited up as a skater.
Weaver back on their skates, still being tended to by the coaches. Everybody on one knee on the floor. Having to lean on to the goal for stability. I hope we're not looking at any type of concussions or anything like that right now.
Yeah, as I say, typically these teams have somebody who skates up but also plays a little bit of goalie. And I believe the way the rules read is that at that point, they're given time to suit up another goalie if they need to.
Okay, picking up the bucket and putting it back on. Micah Weaver.
Yeah, good cheer from both teams' fans.
And not getting reset just yet.
Looks like Weaver's going to stay in though. Good job by Micah.
Yeah, Weaver's looking okay.
Yeah. That's scary, and it's scary because the 10 and under kid, they don't know when they get hit, and sometimes their first inclination is, oh my God, I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just don't know how, and so it's hard to tell as a coach, as a referee, when you talk to the kids how bad it really is. You just don't know.
So no penalties assessed on that. We will stay 4-on-4 even hockey.
9.5 minutes to go in the game, and the Pios with a 1-goal lead. Shots on net, 12 for each team. This is anybody's game at this point. The referee's giving them as much time as they need.
Looks like we're getting a little maintenance on the helmet of Weaver right now. On Weaver, getting some support from teammates, and we are going to get reset and resume here. Crowd's going to give him a little round of applause. Glad to see he's okay. Weaver's ready.
Okay. Referee blows a whistle and calls the kids into play. You see 9:28 on the clock there.
There's a quick chance by Ferg.
Yeah, that was a really good chance off the faceoff there.
Explosion have it now and lose it. Ferg's got it. Picked off the stick of Schmidt. Haven't seen a lot of that this game. Grayson Simpson up to Lindquist. Lindquist loses it to Ferg. Ferg doing a good job playing the role of disruptor, but
2-0
now
if they get there.
Yep.
That's a great back check once again by the Pios.
Yeah.
Was that Soroki?
Soroki's got to play defensive hero there. The Pioneers left 2 explosion wide open. Now Ferg again picking it up. Can't get through the traffic. Pios got to get loose. Got to loose puck here. Bassett, that kept up and out by the glove of Weaver.
That's what you want to see after a timeout for an injury there. Weaver gets up and you're worried that maybe, you know, the next one goes in and then it's an injury problem. But Weaver looked really strong there. Got that glove save nonchalantly, no problem.
Face off won by the Pios. Quick shot deflected out again. Big defensive effort by the Explosion right now. Keep this a 1-score game.
There's been a couple of big shots from in close where the defense was able to deflect them.
Grouse again shooting from about mid-rink.
Yeah.
You can see a little more poise from 29 out there. Try to set up some plays. Big body, a lot of strength.
It's one thing if Weaver had given up anything from the outside, the players are saying, okay, let's take a shot at this, but that's not the case. Weaver's been solid.
He's seeing everything, so I wouldn't try that too many more times.
Yeah.
You got to create some space, create some movement there.
Nice little toe drag.
And finally kept out by Grouse. Now here's Grouse again. He's got one with him. He's going to get a little back check here across the middle, and again shooting from wide and right into the glove of Weaver.
Well, I will say this one thing. He's got a shot. I mean, Grouse let that go, and it was kind of a snapshot. He didn't really big wind up, but he pulled the stick back and gave it a snap, and it elevated it, and it had some pepper on it.
It is accurate.
Yep.
He's found the same place 3 times in a row.
Yep. Boy, they're winning that face-off. The Pirates are to the center of the slot, and if they can get their stick on it, they're going to get a goal off of that face-off.
Tubbs has got Story right over the middle. And now Grouse with a chance here. That shot goes off the glove side of Weaver, kept up off the glass. Pios trying to put it back into the middle. That one's going to go wide, have to be chased down by Cody Tellez. Tellez keeps it along the near boards. Got a little real estate here, and it's Mason Schmidt moves him off the puck. Tellez, that shot goes in! Tellez!
Wow. I think that was off of the arm, maybe, and then underneath the arm and bounced into the net. Tellez got blocked off there as he was cutting across the crease. The defenseman stepped up and knocked him back, but he just stayed with the puck and had enough time to wind up and let it go.
Yeah,
and there it is.
I'm looking at 87 and 21 and 51, and all of them kind of standing straight up, not really moving, just kind of waiting for the shot to happen, and you can't do that.
Yeah, nobody closed that gap.
You got to get a stick in there, something, not just don't let the game happen in front of you. You got to make stuff happen. Here's Ferg. Ferg passed to Bassett, going low, kept out by Weaver and covered up.
Yep, great play by Weaver there. Weaver's down again, though.
Looks to be okay. Might have just fallen a little awkwardly on the stick. We'll get a face-off to the right of Weaver. 5.5 in a 2-score game led by the Pioneers.
And the Pioneers now are coming away with more shots. 19 shots for the Pios.
And they're really winning these battles in the face-off circle. But here's Castings, the youngster shot off the crossbar.
Bar, yeah.
Another chance. That's in. The rebound shot by Evan Lundqvist. Big Sally by Big 88 up there.
On the replay, watch Lindquist as he's coming down, turn his stick a little bit and look for that spot to his left.
You hear the cheer from the crowd. Explosion guys.
Now watch as he comes down. Watch what he does as he turns that stick. Beautiful.
Play resumes. We didn't get a look at the score. We'll try and take another look at it when we get a break in play. But Soroki loses that over the middle. Pioneers with a chance. Backhanded shot is too wide. Bassett has his pocket pick. Sauce pass. Too far away.
A little bit too much sauce, I think, Logan.
Yeah, that's what they say. Too saucy.
That was hot sauce.
Battle along the far or nearer boards is won by the Pios. They bring it back the other way. Got Ferg. Bassett coming over the middle. Goes himself, and rebound chance. Not much on the chance, but it was deflected, I believe, by Grayson Simpson. dangerous territory. Soroki's got it now, being chased.
Another good save by Weaver, though.
Yep. 3 X's converge. Bassett just kind of going for a quick backhanded shot, kept up by Weaver.
Weaver trying to keep it moving there, but the defensemen weren't ready to take that puck. They thought Weaver was going to tie it up.
Soroki's shot is wide. Now, you know, Explosion were doing such a good job at the beginning of this game, winning those puck battles and maintaining control, and now things have just loosened up.
Yeah, the Pirates this whole second half have done a much better job of controlling the puck.
Good moves. That's Simpson coming over the middle. Got a chance here. Too wide.
Sometimes it doesn't hurt you if you're a little farther out to take that shot when you're in the middle of the floor instead of getting pushed too wide where there's not much to shoot at.
Fagan trying to get that over. And we're going to get a timeout for the Explosion. Trying to see that player down there, number 4. So it was Fagan trying to get that to Castings. Covered up by Ginsburg.
Now here comes this goal that I was talking about. You watch him coming in alone. Beautiful. You know, I think that timeout is as much to save 20 seconds on the clock, 25 seconds on the clock. The clock is running in those face-offs. If you give the other team a chance to make that slow change, they can really run some time off the clock.
1-score game, 2:48 to go. Timeout Explosion. See what they can put together here in the home stretch.
You can see Fagan's on the floor. That doesn't surprise me. I don't know that he'll see the bench the rest of the way. And again, that kid's 8 years old.
Yeah.
Playing with the 10 and unders, but he's a star.
Castings also still out there, number 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks like Castings might come off. Yeah, Castings is going to come off for another 8-year-old, Owen Avon, Oliver Avon, rather.
Yeah. Well, they've got 5 players on the floor, so someone needs to sit.
Well, we saw it in the last game. One team down by 1 late, able to pull out some heroics right at the end. I think it was like 4 seconds to go.
3.7 seconds where they had the tying goal.
They got too many men on the floor, and one of the Explosion players got a little help from the coach, just being lifted up over the boards. There's a shot gloved out by Ginsburg.
At what point are they going to pull the goalie?
Not yet. Not yet.
I agree, but I'm sure they've talked about it on the bench. 2.5 minutes ago, under 2.5.
Especially when you're just having control problems right now. Tellez, they get a stick on that one. Keep away from Weaver. Now Simpson. And referee's playing some defense for the Pilots out there.
2-on-2, nice pass across.
Oh, here's a good chance for Fagan. And Grouse doing a great job using that big body to cut off the opportunity, going to the floor. You love to see that from 29 out there. Use that size to your advantage, especially when you have such an advantage at this age.
Good steal on the forecheck there.
Shot and score!
That was Schmidt who shot that puck, but I'm not sure if that didn't go off Grouse's stick in front.
Schmidt, all grit. They didn't even have to pull the goaltender on that one.
Let's see if Grouse, he gets his stick down. I don't know, I think it did, I couldn't tell. But again, he had his stick at an angle where all you're gonna do is ramp the puck up. You're not gonna stop it like that. So once again, we get a goal at the very end of regulation to tie it up. Still time though.
Lots of time. It's anybody's game still. Pioneers doing a fantastic job in the faceoff dot. Now,
oh, what a save
shot
there.
Lifted up by the glove of Weaver.
That one was pegged right for the corner.
Yep. There's a low backhanded opportunity kept out by the legs of Weaver. Puck battle along the Far corner is won by the Explosion. Ferg doing everything he can. And shot and score. Is it Schmidt again? It is.
Schmidt had a back checker all over him the whole way down, and he never blinked. He just kept working, and made that last move. Forehand to backhand, back to the forehand, and he dumps it in. What a great play.
And Ferg was basically draped on his shoulders until the very end. Almost got basically a screen by his own player. Gave enough space.
And so now, all of a sudden, 40 seconds, the Pios have to think about pulling the goalie.
Just a minute 20 ago, Explosion were down by 1. Now they're up by 1. Pios, again, doing well in the face-off dot. Here's Avon. Into the middle, cut off. Pios have got to go. You got to go.
Under 30 seconds here. They need that goalie out. They need the goalie out.
Yeah, they're not going to do it, not with this late. And fed all the way back down. That might do it. Avon's got a chance to add a little insult to injury, and we're 5 seconds away.
Yeah, they don't really need the goal at this point.
No, he's got to shoot. He's got to shoot.
And that's it.
I don't know what Bassett's doing, still handling and shooting out there.
I don't think you could hear the horn with all the. I couldn't hear the horn with all the crowd noise. That was so loud.
And a heartbreaker for the Parker Pioneers just 2 minutes ago. Had the lead, lost it.
Great work by the Explosion on that comeback.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, both teams deserve credit. This is a well-played game on both sides. Either team could have won that game.
2 back-to-back great battles between 4 squads really here in the 10U division.
Wow.
Started there by the 8-year-old Axel Fagan. And Ferg broke it up, got it to Tubbs.
To me, that was kind of a turning point, that goal. All of a sudden, it seemed like the Pios had a lot more pep in their step, and they were controlling the puck a lot better. Big shot by Bassett there.
Yeah, going far side. Tellez again. That one bounced off the glove of Weaver.
Well, the Explosion just never gave up, though.
Castings, and then it was this rebound picked up by Evan Lindquist. But this guy right here, number 21, got the tire, under 2 minutes to go, and then right here at the end, credit to Ferg for frustrating him, but just not enough. That's your game winner.
Schmidt skates right into the camera. I love it.
By Mason Schmidt, yep. Big celebration.
Yep.
And now we will move on to the 12U. Coming up in just a few minutes, the 12U championship here at the TORHS Colorado Regional Qualifier. You are watching Roller Planet. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the 12U championship. It'll be our 4th and final game of this stream. We do have 2 more streams coming up later this afternoon. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back. We're going to step away for just a few minutes. You're watching Roller Planet. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Roller Planet's live stream coverage of the TORHS Colorado Regional Qualifier here on Roller Planet. Up next, we've got our fourth and final game of this block. It's going to be the 12U Championship. It'll be between the first seed Tour YVU 12U squad and the Des Moines Explosion 12U. Look at the YVU bench there. And there's the Explosion. This Explosion squad going to be wearing the black and red, opposing the white uniforms from the YVU squad. YVU going to be skating from right to left on your screen, and the Explosion going from left to right. If you're just joining us, I'm Logan McCrary here with Bill Mulhern. We'll be calling the game for you all afternoon. This is our final game of this block. After this game, we will end this stream, but we have another one coming up at 5 o'clock for the two 14U matches. Now here's a chance by YVU controlling early.
One of the things I noticed right away, Logan, is this. We just watched the 10 and under game. Great game, but the 12 and unders take the floor, and they look twice the size. These are two big teams all across the board.
Lopez plucked out of the air by the glove of Eli Sickles.
Yeah,
number
that's
29.
the way to start. That's the way to start as a goalie. You get a
yeah.
You get a nice glove save like that. You get right into the game.
This little highlight reel flick of the glove.
Yeah.
Flash in the weather.
Yep.
Explosion win the face-off. Slow pass picked up by Luke McDaniel. Has that knocked out. Picked right back up, and that goes into the stomach of PT Magyar, number 66 in net for YVU. So a couple of early challenges for these goaltenders.
Yeah, PT looks solid there, just held his ground.
Yeah, we get to see PT a lot here on Roller Planet with the Skate City, Colorado club teams and other tournaments that we host here in this building, and that's a stout goaltender down there. Like watching PT play. Loose puck going to be picked up by James Stewart. James is a fantastic skater and puck handler. I like to see a lot out of Stewart today.
And again, big kid.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size, 12 years old.
As tall as me.
Yeah.
I am not 12. Keith Pankey.
We've heard that name before. Keith, his brother, was dominant early this morning in a game we watched.
Lost in that heartbreaker in overtime. But brother had, I don't know, 4 goals and an assist, something like that. Just racking it up on the score sheet. YVU pick it up after the tight angle shot goes off the side of the net. YVU, and that one again plucked out of the air by the glove of Eli Sickles.
Yeah, Keith Pankey got that one off high. I think they're, we'll see. It's very early, but I wonder if they might want to stay away from the glove of Sickles and look for the blocker side.
Well, they're shooting from really far out.
Yeah.
Both of those, maybe get in a little closer, then challenge him up high. I don't know, maybe pass the puck. We'll see.
That's a lot to ask, Logan, for 12-year-olds.
I know. Jacob Lopez sends that over to Cam Kurth. Lucas Bliven now. That is into the abdomen of Eli Sickles, and is it a goal? It is.
Yeah, they had a man right in front, and that puck went through Sickles and was sitting in the crease, and Jacob Lopez was just waiting on it.
I thought he had it all corralled.
Well, I think from our view, it was behind him, and the referee was standing right there. The referee's in the greatest spot. You can't argue with the referee when he's in position like that. And he saw it all the way, and so he didn't blow the whistle, and Lopez was right there to bury it.
I don't think the Explosion knew that it was loose behind either. They were just waiting for the whistle like I was.
2-on-1.
Lucas Bliven.
Unassisted with 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first period.
It's Mason Golden still trying to get a salvage a shot opportunity. It's covered up by Sickles, but it's YVU with the early lead here in the first period.
Bliven with the nice pass across here. Sometimes if you make that pass a little earlier, you end up getting the puck back. But in that case, the puck was just too deep. They couldn't get a good shot off.
Face off won by the Explosion. Grayson Simpson playing up from the 10U squad up here on the 12U. It's 33. Gets that away from Yannick Stocks, rather. And number 19, Gianni Chinchiaporas sticks that away. Call him Gio.
Good defense there by YVU all around.
Stocks looking for a one-timer.
Yeah, another really good pass.
Loose puck out front. Good feed by Stocks. Nobody there to clean it up, though. And that gets past the legs of Stewart along the far boards. Picked back up by YVU.
Sooner or later, that's going to work, though. We've seen that tour team 3 different times now make that pass across in the crease. And sooner or later, they're gonna get it in there.
Chinchiaporas gets that to Stocks. Cut off right at the last second, and Stocks can't quite get enough on it to make any real attempt on it. That goes off. Explosion. Skate kept in by Noah Batten. Batten's got a chance. Had a little screen.
Oh, ran into his own player there.
Yeah, Magyar saw it the whole way. And now his feet out in the middle and bobbles the puck. Another shot. That one wide. Oh, my gosh, what a sequence.
Had 2 different times where a couple of the guys put their hands up in the air like they thought it was in the net.
Stewart.
It was that close.
What a wrist shot.
Yeah, that was
Stewart.
a bomb.
Gosh.
Just high and wide.
There's no glass there. That puck's still rising. Stewart dishes it around the near corner, back to himself.
Here he
Building
comes.
some momentum. That was a quick 3-4 shots. I think only one actually registered as a shot on net for the Explosion. And there's a shot again, pretty far out, trying to go high, getting that glove side, and Sickles sees it the whole way.
Yeah. Once again, good glove by
Really
Sickles.
just outside of that one puck that, again, I think only one person in the building knew where it was, and that was Lopez, maybe the ref. But Sickles playing well. And good pass.
Wow, just attempt there.
About 4 inches away. Maybe get one more stride in there, and Grayson Sorensen has almost a breakaway opportunity. Now here comes YVU with some speed. He's got Lazar down low. Feeds to Lazar, and Lazar just takes some speed off of it. Doesn't really put his stick out to make an attempt on it. Lets it sail wide. YVU still have it. That shot too high off the glass. That's Keith Pankey, and that gets knocked down, and that shot covered up by Sickles.
Sickles with a good job, just holding position there, not giving him anything to shoot at from right in front of the net. Sickles got right on top of that puck and smothered it.
Face off to the right of Sickles, won by the Explosion. 1-score hockey game with about 7:40 to go. Explosion controlling in their own zone. To create a little chaos out front if they can get it there, but that's cut off by Lazar. Lazar's going to get a back check if he can't get the shot off quickly, and just finally knocks it into the near corner to try to keep it down on this side of the rink.
I don't know if you realized how fast that player was coming up behind him.
I'd like to see a little bit more aggression out of 77 in white. That's Keith. Tries to get that over to Fernando Alvarez-Balboa. Now, that shot by Luke McDaniel. Good movement, but too high. It goes off the far corner glass. I think we're going to see some more chances from McDaniel. He moves really well in his offensive zone. That shot getting a little screen from Lazar, but it goes wide. Fed out front. Lazar can't get a stick on it, and now one-on-one. He puts a stick down. There's no call. I don't know if he just fell, and Magyar knocks that bouncing puck down. And
I'd have to see that from this angle. I couldn't tell if that stick got into the skates at all.
Yeah, Grayson Sorensen going up to the ref saying, "Where's my call?" That's not the most encouraging thing you could do if you're fishing for a call
right here. Let's see what we get. I don't know that he even hit a skate. I don't know.
Well,
it was close.
Sorensen definitely sold it.
Yeah.
But no call. We'll stay at even hockey, and there's a chance. I'm telling you, I'm just getting a feeling out of this Luke McDaniel guy. I think he's got some stuff he's going to show us here if he gets a good chance. Noah Batten's going to chase that down and send it around the boards. Sorensen not looking for it, though. YVU picks it back up. Sorensen gets a good back check on that one. Now it's a 3-on-2. That fed into the middle. Sorensen.
2-on-1 now.
and doesn't really get enough on that.
No.
I would have tried to be a little bit more patient and try to get another pass out of it if I could. Here's Batten. Batten's got 2 on 0. Fed down and just out, just past the stick of C.J. Anderson. What an opportunity.
If that pass is just a little bit 6 inches farther back, that's a tap-in goal.
Yeah, Anderson trying to return the favor and get that to Batten. That's cut off now. 2-on-1 for YVU. That shot off the side. It was a loose puck.
Wow.
Went off the shoulder of Sickles and now fed all the way down the other way, but just past the stick of
Sturts.
Yep.
Yep.
Emerson Sturts.
They're looking for that fast break, but I'll tell you, the YVU team is getting back on defense most of the time here.
Daniel over to Batten. Batten to the back boards. Skating away from Anderson, dished all the way up. Shot is in!
There it is. I'm really impressed with the passing. That pass out of the zone.
That's 36. I don't think that's Cam Kurth. I don't know who that is, but either way, it's a good goal.
It was that pass out of the zone that was 3/4 of the length of the floor, though, that made the play happen.
Stocks dishes that up for Stewart. Stewart's got 1 to beat. That shot, and it's Emerson Sturts knocking that off the stick of Stewart.
YVU is they've held possession of the puck most of the time here. They're up on. There's a big one, big bomb from the left boards that went up over the net. But they've held the puck most of the time, and they're up in shots 11-3 right now with a 2-0 score.
40 seconds remaining in the first period. That's 36 from 9 with 4:40 remaining in the first.
Explosion's going to need something here to turn this around.
Johnny gets that to Pankey. Pankey comes in the middle and knocked down. Stocks tries to go for a backhanded pass around the net, trying to find Stewart, picked up by the Explosion. Keep knocking it backwards.
Long pass. Oh,
cut off
close.
by Pankey. Good job. Pankey looking for a little help.
Just bulls his way through there, you know. He had 2 defensemen that hit that puck, and he just kept moving and taking it with him. Big, strong kid.
Yeah, Stocks got knocked to the floor by Cameron Hentz, who's got a good 1.5 feet on Yannick. Hey, Yannick's a heck of a player, but my goodness, the size difference between those two that's just this age group. 12U is.
I was talking about it earlier, how many big kids on the floor, and here's one of the biggest.
Yeah, here's Stewart. What a move, getting around. He's got some space now, and he loses his skates right there at the end.
I think he got a flat tire there.
Yeah, something.
Not sure what happened.
There's a sniper up in the rafters somewhere.
You know, he got so deep he was behind the post. I think he was trying to stop hard, and at the same time, he was swinging his shoulders around, trying to pull the puck out and get a backhander off, which really didn't have much chance of going because Sickles was right on the post.
Lucas Bliven will take it against Cameron Hens. And Hens wins it. Here's McDaniel. And Lazar knocks that away. McDaniel picks it back up, though.
Pass somehow got through there.
Batten, he loses it. It looked like he was going to have a chance here. Now Batten getting the back check. Bliven still has it.
Yeah, he's relentless. Bliven the whole time had a stick on him. Just kept working hard. Look at that.
Bliven's still got a chance. And right at the very end, Cameron Hens breaks it up.
Yeah.
YVU gets one last little look on it, but Sickles swallows that one up.
A nice glove save again.
Now, you look at your scoreboard, the shots, they don't tell the whole story. Explosion have had more opportunities than just 3 looks on net, but I think I can confidently say YVU has dominated in the possession of this one here with just about 1:20 to go in the first period. Now locked up puck in the near boards, finally dug out, and YVU's got it. Pass off, banked off the boards to Lucas. Lucas shot goes off the backside of Cameron Hens. I don't even think he felt that.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
It's a big boy. McDaniel's going to skate that one down. Chop it off the wall. Really more of a glance. Lucas Bliven coming in. Shot up into the chest and covered up by Sickles. Lazar trying to get a last-second stick on it.
YVU doing a really good job of mucking up the middle of the floor
Yeah.
and just making it hard for the Explosion to get all the way into the offensive zone with possession. I think that Explosion have looked for a couple of long passes, and that might be their best opportunity to start turning this around, is to try and get one of those stretch passes out there.
It's even on the floor, but on the bench, YVU definitely got the man advantage.
Oh, God,
They got 7 guys on the bench to the Explosion's 3. Here's Stewart. He's going to circle all the way back and probably just let this one tick away. I say that as he turns on the Jets and comes across the middle. Loose pass McDaniel. Now here's Stewart looking for. Oh, my goodness. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Looking for a.
Yeah, he's going to let this one rest, and there's the goal.
Yep.
Boy, but that was. You can't shoot it more perfect than that. Watch where this puck goes. It's right in that corner, right at the bar, in the top post.
God, he just roofs that one.
Man.
And you know what, though? This whole period, they were challenging. They were challenging Sickles
On the
from
glove.
far out on the glove side,
Yep.
and they finally got him there at the end.
Yeah, I don't care if you're Patrick Waugh, though. I don't think you got to make that save.
Yeah.
And so at halftime, the coaches have got to be talking over here. The Explosion coaches, I think. Again, I'd like to see them start to try and stretch the floor out a little bit. They're having trouble getting the puck through center into the offensive zone. On the other side, Coach Tuttle, Coach C.J. Yoder, Coach Lazar, the 3 of them over there, I think they're just telling the kids, you keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you don't give up any odd man rushes. Let's concentrate on defense first, because they're creating enough offense. They've got 17 shots and 3 goals, and they could have had a couple more, really, except for the good goaltending of Sickles. And so I think they just got to tell their kids, play a little bit of defense, and the offense will take care of themselves. Referee calls the players back out to center. Hockey could be such a game of momentum, and right now, YVU team, the tour team, has had all the momentum this game, and you have to wonder what the Explosion needs to do. All it takes is that one play sometimes, that one goal, and the momentum can totally change.
And there's Stewart leaving that. Now here's Cam Kurth. Kurth has Golden. Over to Golden, and just a little too much hesitation on that when Golden was already past the net. It was a good attempt, right idea. Now Golden's going to circle back to scoop that loose puck. He's got 2 up front, 1 over the middle. Shot and score!
Beautiful backhand there.
It's 36 again.
Yep.
I don't know his name. I just know his game, and it's good. He's got 2 goals.
I think that was Kurth who made the pass from the side. I believe he was on the boards. Was that Kurth right here? And what a nice backhand. No, that was not Kurth.
Kurth is 32.
Yeah, that was
Golden.
Golden
Golden with the pass.
Yeah.
He actually went back to get that puck knocked away. I believe that might have been Kurth that knocked that away initially.
Yeah.
Golden with the heads-up play.
With 14 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the second period. That's 36 from 6, 14:24 remaining in the second.
Pinky's pass
2-on-1.
leads to a turnover. Now 2-on-1 here for the Explosion.
Boy, if he made that pass immediately, he had something.
Yeah, and that is Grayson Simpson, 10-year-old playing up. His shot went off the post. Now here's a chance for Lucas Bliven. Broken up at the last second by Emerson Sturts. Sturts a good defensive player.
There's Sorensen now. He gets that pass across.
And goes right up into the blocker of PT
Good opportunity.
Magyar.
Sorensen was wide open on that first attempt coming down 2-on-1.
Yeah,
And then when he didn't get the pass, he peeled off instead of staying in front of the net.
that might have been the cleanest look we've seen
And then,
for the Explosion so far in this game.
Yeah, Sorensen had a chance there, but again, PT came out of the net and cut the angle down. There wasn't a whole bunch to shoot at, even though Sorensen was right in there all alone.
There's McDaniel. McDaniel's got some space now. Lazar putting the pressure on. Cut off. Good job by Lazar. There's 36 again. Backhanded shot. Knocked down and covered up.
I wish we knew who that player was. He's playing pretty well.
36 looking for the hat trick.
The way he skates, is that Yoder?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think you're talking about Taven Yoder. I think he is maybe too old for the squad.
Okay. Nice move there. Another one. Oh, just.
That's Noah Batten, and that's tough, man. He was making some great moves.
And it just
right
trickled
there.
off his stick right at the very end when he went to make that backhand. Did everything right until the very end.
Yeah, he's calling for it now. He wants a shot and gets right into the midsection of Magyar. And Explosion getting a couple better looks.
Very much so.
In this half.
Very much so.
They're just kind of throwing it right into Magyar, though. They're not really challenging him on the fringes so much. Just right into the blocker, right into the midsection, the last two looks. But the more important thing is the Explosion. They're moving the puck a lot better now.
Yes. Got a man in front.
Yep.
Waited too long.
Yep. And Stewart did a good job breaking that. Now it's going to be a foot race between McDaniel. It's going to be won by Golden. Golden's going to get a chance here. Shot and score!
Wow.
Mason Golden does it. They got the assist on the last one, I believe, and now he gets a tuck for himself.
Yeah, and that speed and skill. You see the speed to beat the man to the puck, and he started behind that man and beat him all the way there, and then look at the skill, putting that puck right into the perfect spot.
Yeah, McDaniel's feeling the frustration. Smacked his stick on the ground right before that face-off. Got to shake that one off and get themselves back into this game.
5-0 now. It's just that fast, and all of a sudden, you know, we're talking about the Explosion getting some better chances in this half, but YVU buries a couple of pucks, and now all of a sudden it's 5-0, and the Explosion are really in trouble here.
Yeah, Stewart gonna take a few seconds off the clock, feed it back. Loose puck though, be picked up by the Explosion. Pankey finally gets a stick in there. Stewart's gonna pick it back up, and now a chance. This will be even strength with 3-on-3. Trying to pass that up to Golden, goes behind. He's got to go chase that down, but it's going to be Noah Batten who gets to it first, pulls it out of the near corner, brings it up along the near boards to McDaniel. McDaniel's got a 2-on-1 if he can hurry, and Cam Kurth
nice
cuts that. Yep, cuts that to pieces. McDaniel trying to get it out. He's so much traffic in front. YVU just got man after man after man, and now it's a 3-on-1 for YVU, and that shot is good.
Wow.
That's Keith Pankey.
Yeah, that's at this point, they're just picking spots, is all you can say. You feel bad for Sickles because he played so well early, and now he's got things just whizzing by his head. Just great shooters here.
They went stick side high on that
yeah.
one. Not much else you can say about it. Explosion win the faceoff here. Shot and score, just like that. Noah Batten finally tucks one.
You know, that kid deserves it. He has skated so well this whole game, and he's just hasn't been able to bury the puck. He's had a couple of really good chances where he just missed it.
Yeah, look at the placement on this.
Yeah, he just deserves this.
Like right shot comes right across the dot. Just that last second, goes 5-hole and beats Magyar. Brings it off the bottom of the post there. Here comes Lopez. He's got Stocks in the middle if he can get it to him. Can't. And finally knocked out, but not enough on it. And here comes Batten again.
Yep.
Lopez going to try to get a back check in there. Beats one. Loses the puck right at the last second. He had a man in the middle. Couldn't quite get the backhanded pass. It's a turnover in favor of YVU. Good move. Another one. Trying to go for the shot between the legs. They're just showboating out there now.
Yep. That last play, though, by Batten, that was the story of his game. Yep. You know, he breaks around a couple of men, and he's starting to go wide, and just at the last second before he gets a shot off, loses the puck.
Emerson Sturtz pretty easily gets that puck wrestled away from Stocks. Big size difference there again.
8 minutes to go in the game.
There's Gianni. He loses that to McDaniel. McDaniel in the middle. He's got two. It's a 3-on-2. Livin tried to get a stick on that. Loose puck now picked up by YVU. Good job by Magyar picking up on that high shot and keeping it out. Puck battle along the near boards.
That was a sneaky nice pass right there. That was Stocks, Yannick Stocks, who played that puck in, and they got a good shot out of it. Just over 7 minutes to go in the game now.
We'll get a face-off to the right of Sickles, and picked up by the Explosion. They got to go.
Yep.
And they got to avoid things like that, just sort of an errant pass. Trying to get that up to Batten. Batten didn't have the speed he needs to handle a pass like that. And YVU got 36 out front if they can get the dish to him. Nope, too wide off the stick of Fernando Alvarez Balboa. YVU keep it in. Trying to go put it out front with a backhanded shot. McDaniels kept it out. YVU keeps possession. And they're just throwing it around all over the place in the zone over there. Now here comes Noah Batten with a chance. And again,
yep,
there's just a communication issue there. The guy out back trying to dish it up, not really looking up to find where he's sending it, and the guys that are up front aren't looking back. Now there's a good stick by McDaniel.
Oh, we're going to get a penalty on YVU here, I thought. Oh, it was a high stick call maybe?
Yep.
Okay.
Referee does have his hands down.
Yep. He put his hand up for a second there, and I think he just called the high stick, but
there's a shot. In!
There it is.
What a redirect!
And once again, Batten with that shot. And I talked about how he deserved that last one. You deserve this one too. This kid has been skating his heart out.
I got to see this
really
one.
Has.
I got to see it again because I didn't know if that went off the glove of Magyar or if Cameron Henson gets the redirect just right.
It looks like Henson might have got that. We'll see who they call.
Yeah, we'll see if we can maybe take another look at that from another angle in a little bit. But either way, it's a good goal. Explosion bring this back within 4. I think they were down 6-0 at one point.
They gave the goal to Hens.
Yep, okay, so they're going to officially, it's off of the stick of Hens. And McDaniel doing a good job making the play from his knees off the pressure from Lucas Bliven. Explosion, look at this puck handle. Finally moved off of it, and no call. Oh,
no, there's a call there.
There is a call.
All the way, that's an obvious one.
Yep. Yeah, I was surprised, actually. I can't see the referee from my vantage point. He was tucked all the way in the near corner, but that is going to be a call. We will get a power play for the Explosion. It's going to be Cam Kurth heading to the box. We'll take another look.
Batten does a good job of a little toe drag to get in past Kurth, and Kurth from behind pulls him down.
Yeah, he just got his stick up and around the midsection.
Yep.
And honestly, a good play by, I believe that was Batten going in for that.
Yeah, no, Batten is playing with some confidence now.
Batten flashing the stick skills in this game.
Yeah.
That puck bounces off the face of Golden, picked up by Lucas Bliven, who's going to control.
Explosion need to chase. They can't play around here. They're going to chase behind the net.
You got 4 minutes.
Force that puck out.
You need 4 goals. You can't let them just sit there and camp. That's precious time you need.
Got to go get it.
That's fed up to Kai Pankey. Pankey gets past McDaniel.
2-on-1 now.
Now it's 2-on-1. Shorthanded opportunity for Pankey, and that goes off the glove of Sickles. Bounces into the near corner. YVU chase it back down. Now finally muscled off the puck. Here come the Explosion. They got to move the feet and go. Cameron Hens, last goal scorer, knocked out by Pankey. Hens takes Pankey takes Hens to the ground now. Loose puck. Too many guys standing still.
Yeah.
Pankey's got it. He's got Golden down there. Shot too wide, bounces out into the middle, and that was Pankey was going to have a chance on his own rebound there.
Yep. Nice play by Sickles.
Now here
to
comes
knock that rebound out of there.
Batten's got McDaniels down low if he can find him. He's going to handle. Batten's going to make a change. Not Batten, the Explosion will make a change. And I can't see where the puck was. It's between the legs of Magyar. And
Batten got the shot off and the rebound attempt off.
Yeah, I mean, Explosion are going to call a timeout here. Both teams will meet up on the bench.
3 minutes to go, and the Explosion down by 4 goals. And we talked about pulling goalies earlier. I don't know what you do when you're down by 4 goals, but it doesn't matter how much you lose by at this point. This is the championship game, so at some point, if they're controlling the puck, they've still got, 35 seconds or so And the power play, what does that say, 38 seconds?
38. I
maybe?
mean, do you chance it here and try and get a 5-on-3? You just, I mean,
I think I would.
It's desperation time, really.
It's desperation for sure.
And speaking of desperation, you know, you're kind of feeling that a little bit from Batten on that last play. He had some options to go to for a pass. You know, I don't know if you want to say they were great options or not, but they were there. He elects to go for it himself and just.
Well, it sure feels like the Explosion are looking for him to carry the load.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But you got Magyar in net. I mean, he's only. You got to create those challenges for him. You're just trying to take him on one-on-one, and I mean, it's a tough task.
Shots on net, YVU was doubled up the Explosion 24-12, and that about says where the game is at, I would say. It really does.
Face-off won by the Explosion. They will keep their netminder in. That goes off the leg of a YVU player. Back to Batten. Batten's going to shoot again from far out. And that rebound shot is up into the midsection and falls into the legs of Magyar.
You know, that was 3 shots on net with a man in front the whole time. And so I think that, you know, what they're talking about is just said you got to get it on net. We just, every shot's a good shot. And let's get some traffic in front of the goalie and see if we can put one of those rebounds in if that's what happens. They didn't put any of those shots up. It still shows 12. But I'm telling you, there was 3 of them that were on net that time.
Well, power play expires, and that time trying to shoot from the top of the slot. Yep. Magyar does a slide over to it and plucks it out of the air with the glove. And time ticking away. Every single stop by Magyar is a big advantage for YVU. So they've got to start. I don't know if you go high with any more of this. You got to try and create some rebounds down low.
Right.
You know, you don't want him sucking up any more pucks with the abdomen or with the glove. And
yep.
I mean, every time that happens, you're losing 25 seconds. And Batten's going to be challenged. That's 36 again. Cut off.
Nice play.
Jacob Lopez, 36, looking for the hat trick, and fans on the one-timer.
Nice pass across that man, wide open
Yep.
on the back door there. Just missed it, though.
Trying to return the favor to Lopez, who's doing a great job keeping it away from the Explosion. Banks that off the side, and Stocks is going to mishandle and gets picked up by the Explosion, but turned right back over to YVU. Now another turnover, Cameron Hens. He's got a man down low. He finds him. Loose puck and just sails just barely wide, and, and that's, you know, we were talking about it. That's really what they needed.
2-on-1 now on the other end.
They got to have those, and that one's going to go too high. 1 minute to go.
1 minute remaining in the game.
YVU up by 4.
Nice move. All alone
For the hat
front,
trick
shot.
and kept out by the leg. Stocks going for the rebound. Knocked down by Hens. Just look at the size difference between those two players.
Yeah. Stocks just trying to tie it up and waste some time there, which is really all they need to do at this point.
30 to go. Sturtz handling it. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Look for that long pass. Went through.
Yep. Here's Hens. Hens trying to. He's just going for the no-look backhanded pass.
Nobody in front though. They didn't get up the floor fast enough.
Yep. And it's going to be cut off by Sturtz again. And he loses it. Shot high. 36 trying to find that last second hat trick. That's going to do it though. 5-4-3. And that's the game, everybody. And it's going to be a win by TORHS YVU here in the 12 and under division.
Glad to see Sickles make a couple of saves at the end. He deserved better. Played real well, but he was under duress the whole game.
Yeah, it was just absolutely dominating performance by the attack of the YVU squad. They were skating fast, shooting hard, and really kind of felt like just a matter of time, really. But we'll take a look at some of the highlights from this game. I'll tell you what we got going on later this afternoon, just a little bit. And there was that first one. Again, Sickles was playing, he was just locking down, and then that one puck that trickled through, and Lopez able to tuck it behind. So they're challenging that glove side of Sickles.
Nice save there.
Far out. He was all over it. He was seeing it really well. This is 36's first one. Another one that just kind of trickled through. And Stewart, this was at the end of the first half, that snipe, right when I said they wouldn't go shoot. And
Yeah, Stewart was really impressive. He skates so well and he shoots so well.
There's 36's
Yep.
second goal of the game with that backhanded shot. I think that was Golden on that one. Top shelf, I think that was Pankey.
I think it was.
And then going between the legs, Noah Batten. And he had a heck of a game.
He
He
did.
was frustrated by a lot. And then, you know, actually, I think that might be my favorite goal of the game right there. That just
that's it.
poked it right out of the air.
Yeah.
That's a tough play to make,
Yeah.
and Hens really did it. But you saw the result. That's going to do it. So here at the Pepsi Roller Sports Arena, they're going to have some more preliminary action go on in the upper divisions. We are only going to be showing you finals today. Our next live stream will be coming to you at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. That's an approximate time. Things are running a little bit ahead here at the Pepsi Roller Sports Arena. I don't know if we've got the schedule to show you. Either way, we are going to end this stream. We'll be back at 5 o'clock for the 14U Tier 1 and Tier 2 championships. We're going to have those two games, and then we're going to end that stream. We'll have one final stream at 7 o'clock tonight with the 18U and 16U. So 3 streams in total today, 4 more games to bring you this afternoon. Make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss a moment of the action. But if you do miss a moment of the action, you can always go back and watch it here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for everybody who tuned in today to watch these 4 games. Thanks to all the athletes who played. Thanks for all the family members and friends and hockey fans all around the world. For the entire Roller Planet crew, I'm Logan McCrary along here with Bill Mulhern. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. We'll be back at about 5 o'clock this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.